normal.
Welcome to the Black and Balanced podcast. I am your host, Kirsten Simone, and this is the space that we like to think of as the happy medium between ratchet and righteous. And on today, we have quite a few beautiful, lovely ladies in honor of Women's Month. We are going to start with my lovely sister cousin Jayla, the doula, straight out of Baltimore, Maryland. And now we have Bree of Risque Intimates. If you need to get your sexy on, please hit my good sis because she got them in all colors, all sizes, all styles. And of course, the multi-entrepreneur Drea of the Ladies Room podcast and Chic 911. Ladies, how are you today on this Sunday?
Well, I'm lovely. I want to thank you, sister cousin, for allowing me onto your podcast today. I'm so grateful.
Of course.
And I'm really excited.
Of course. I wouldn't do it without you.
I'm feeling really good. I'm actually honored that you invited me because I never did a podcast. So
That made me cry on that.
I was a little nervous, but it's cool. It's cool.
Well, today I'm doing much better than I have been doing in these last few weeks. So, listen, I am blessed and highly favored today.
And we are happy. Drea is our mommy of the club right now.
Yes.
She is expecting a beautiful baby girl coming in Leo season.
Thank
So
you.
let's send her all of the positive love and good thoughts. So we've been gone for a couple of weeks. I think it's been 2 weeks? 2 weeks since we've done an episode. Within that time, I was able to get away for a little while and take a small vacation. And on that, little small getaway, I got the inspiration for this episode because I was in the Dominican Republic and our house staff were women, all women of color. And they were just so just helpful and loving and just wanted to be happy. And even though that there was a language barrier, not with myself because I speak fluent Spanish, but with my mom and some of the other guests that we had at the house, although there was a language barrier, they found a way to express love and to show love and to just be, there and available. So I was like, you know what? We need to do an episode about that. And I was really racking my brain damn, I got to talk about something. It's been 2 weeks. I ain't got to put on no content. I was feeling like a little bum. But that gave me my inspiration. And it really just made me realize how love amongst women is universal.
Yeah.
It's not just, and don't get me wrong, this is a very black ass podcast.
Right.
Okay. All things black first.
Okay.
And foremost. However, when it comes to women empowerment and women being there for each other and just sisterhood, I think that that's something that does not have a color, it does not have an age, a size, a face, none of that. So I wanted to get on here today so we can just talk about that kind of love. And y'all lucky. Y'all didn't get to see our behind the scenes conversation. Right. That's gonna be a whole
conversation.
I
enjoyed that because
that is a whole episode in
I needed
itself.
that.
Yes, but that's what it's about for me. It's about getting around women who are like-minded, getting around women who are girls. I am a girl to the heart. I grew up with a lot of cousins, a lot of women in my family on my mother's side. It's probably 80% women. And then on my dad's side, we're probably more like 40-60. But all of my cousins were my sisters because I didn't have sisters growing up, right away. I was the only child for 12 years. So my cousins are my sisters.
Yeah.
And then, of course, as you journey through life, you acquire these friends that become family.
Mm-hmm.
And I've learned and witnessed how impactful it is to have women who are just genuinely in your corner. You ain't got to be blood. You ain't even got to be my best friend.
Okay.
But if you call me, I'm gonna answer the phone. If you need me, I'm on my way. If you down, I'm gonna pick you up. So now it seems to be very trendy to have these women empowerment lunches and brunches and pop-ups and engagements, and all of that is very cute, and I commend the women who do that. However, we need to really hone in and focus on women commemorating on something that's not for monetary gain, if you know what I mean. So that is why I wanted to come today and have this episode. So I'm going to go around and ask you ladies. First, I wanted to do an icebreaker game, but the girl was running a little late, and then she had to go to the liquor store and get wine so y'all can have some libations during this conversation.
Thank you.
So I didn't get to do the little icebreaker game that I wanted to do, but I'm going to do it in a different way. Since I didn't have time to prep appropriately, I want you to choose a woman who has been dragged in the media and say two uplifting things about her. So pick a woman, any age, any race. someone who has been dragged, who you resonate with, or who you have seen like, okay, she's really getting the shit end of the stick here, and give her some positive affirmations. Who wants to go first?
I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think.
Oh,
too,
girl, there's
'cause
plenty of them to go
you know what I'm
around.
saying? It's plenty, but it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna start with Viola Davis because I just need everybody to understand how sis is the shit.
Definitely
And Viola gets dragged because of her skin color. People have always have, as well as Serena Williams, but I won't take that from y'all because
Mhm.
somebody else probably would have said that. But she is really a phenomenal woman. Like when you really think about everything that Viola is contributing and the
Right.
fact that, you know, her career didn't take off until she was a little bit older.
Yes.
So she already had that stacked against her. She's a woman. She's a dark-skinned Black woman. That's different. We all here are chocolate Black women.
Yeah.
So we know that our dynamic is a whole lot different than it is for the light-skinned sisters. And not to, you know, shade them at all in any way, but I just want to pay my respects to Viola Davis because I feel like she's really been doing her thing for like the past 4 or 5 years, at least from what I've been keeping up with, and some of the things that I see said about her in the media are just
What do you be seeing? Because I'm like, I don't.
Right,
they be,
'cause I
they be
haven't
calling
seen
her
anything
ugly.
lately.
They be saying she's not a good actress. Look, so small disclaimer: I am the person on the Fox 6 comments that will argue your ass.
oh, I got blocked for that.
Baby,
Listen, I
I'm
will
on
argue.
Facebook probation right now.
They
because
was
I told a
just-
white woman she could. I won't
The
say
way
on
that they
there.
tried to drag the Black girl here who had
who left their kids in the hotel.
No, not even
What?
not even the
I
one,
need to
not
watch
the one
the
who
news.
left her kids in the hotel, but the one who car had caught fire. Her car had, I believe her car got caught fire, and it was something on the news that the Black community, a Black man, helped her get her a vehicle, a new car.
Oh,
My
awesome.
thing is, why are you under here commenting
Right.
and saying racial things, you know, racist, racial slurs, you know, just being nasty.
Yeah.
And you didn't have the capabilities to say, wow, I'm glad she's okay.
Or you weren't going.
You
to
worried about
help.
her having insurance. You worried about all of that, but you don't know that if a car is like under a certain year, they can't get insurance because insurance
Right.
won't cover that.
Yeah.
So why are you even opening your mouth to something that has nothing to do with you? So
No,
I was
because the
mad, and
parents
I
like
definitely
it.
commented and I said some stuff that I probably shouldn't have said about their kids too. Cause yeah, why you talking about that girl kid?
Because look, I can't.
You don't know
I
her
search
kids?
profiles. Okay.
You don't know her kids.
You get to talking crazy.
You don't know her
first.
kids.
Now I'm going to your profile, your husband profile.
Exactly.
and
You
your
don't
baby
know that
profile.
lady
Stress me
kids.
out.
Everybody finna
So
get
why
dragged.
are you talking about her kids? Why are you talking about what her kids got on? You don't know what she got to deal with. You don't even know what it's like to be Black.
That
So
part.
why are you even commenting on what she's doing for her kids? She had to get that vehicle for her kids because she had to get to and from.
Period. So are you sending your positive affirmations to sis?
I am.
With the birthday card?
I am.
Or new car? Let's not say
The
birthday.
new car. And I'm also sending mine to, I would honestly say, mostly a lot of the young women in rap. Megan Thee Stallion.
Talk about Sweetie. Oh man.
Sweetie. What
Please
I,
help my sister
you know
in
what I'm
prayer.
saying? What I appreciate is the fact that right now she gonna get dragged in the media because it's Quavo. That's who he is. You know what I'm saying?
Because he's a.
But the fact that she said that she wasn't going to allow certain things because he had money, I appreciate that. Because your worth is more because at the end of the day, she got money to pay her own bills.
that part.
She got money to do what she needs to get done, and she's been doing it. She's a college graduate. So if she wanted to stop doing rap, she has a career behind it. She
Right.
still has a career, even if she did stop rap, because she's beautiful. So she could do makeup, she could do hair. She got a damn
Yeah.
edge control out right now.
Right.
You know how them
not.
edges, you know what I'm saying? Them edges is there.
She's not.
She need, you know what I'm saying? Girls want them edges. So my thing is, why do women get dragged for knowing their worth? Why do women get dragged
that's
for?
That's a whole nother podcast.
But I'm,
episode.
you know what I'm saying? That's a
But
whole
yes,
episode. But you know what I'm
yes.
saying? I commend her for knowing her worth. And also, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them for knowing their worth at a young age, because a lot of them younger than us.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they know it at a young age. And we watch women who be in their 30s, 40s, 50s, still dealing with the same things that they did not have to deal with.
Right.
And we in our 20s walking away. So that's
Facts.
the type of.
For me, you also have to go back though to like who their parents were.
Yeah,
You have to realize who their parents were. Their parents grew up in the era where regardless of what daddy was doing, like families stick together. We stand in the household as long as they marry. You know, like
Exactly.
they stayed in marriages when marriages needed to be long done and over.
Man.
You get what I'm saying? And
We
that's
said
what
man at the same time,
that's
man.
what
I don't
they
want to
were.
hear that.
You know,
JJ,
so
who you giving your affirmations to?
I have the slightest idea because I don't be all on social media like I'm supposed to be because I'm like, yo, I don't know nobody that's getting
Same,
dragged
because I
like
was
that.
trying not to say Megan Thee Stallion because she
I'm
the
like,
typical.
yo, I don't know
that's
who's
my
But
getting
I love
dragged.
her
Soft spot
because
for
she the
Megan Thee Stallion.
typical. But I love her. That was,
Yeah.
but I don't
Because
really
I'm like,
get
I don't know who's getting dragged. I did recently see the Little Mama and Miss Jackie thing from Sister.
Yeah.
I was
What
kind
happened
of
with
like,
that?
it
I
was
ain't see
something
that.
petty.
So basically, Little Mama went on Instagram making a post how she feels like the LGBT community is basically bullying the heterosexual community because of, you know, all of their terms and, you know, the acceptance and, you know,
Yeah.
and
I
she didn't say
I can
anything
agree
wrong.
with what she
did not say
said.
anything
said
wrong.
that-
She did it.
She basically said that we don't need to be teaching kids
Yeah.
that they can change their gender, which I completely agree with.
Yeah.
Like when you are 5, 6, 7, 8,
That's
10,
all she
12,
said.
15 even, you don't even know who you are.
She said, if my niece comes to me and tell me that, TT, I want to be a boy, and she like, why you want to be a boy? And she like, oh, because they're strong and they can do anything. And da-da-da. She's like, I'm going to tell my niece women can do that too.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Like, you don't have to be a boy to do that. She was like, now if my niece becomes 18, 19, and she's still like, I want to be a
Mhm.
boy, that's a whole nother conversation. I'm going to support her. That's what I'm going to do.
Yep.
And Miss Jackie came and she like, your lip gloss was never popping, and just like.
But my
that's a-
thing is
Just
that
get too old.
why
it's just
do
like,
why do the older
What?
women get mad when the younger women feel the opposite of how they would feel or look at a situation? Like, this is my
it's
thing.
not a
It's the
problem.
boomer
I
brainwashing.
don't.
It's not a problem for us.
You
to
know what I'm
disagree.
saying?
It's the
Like,
boomer brainwashing.
That's the
actually.
thing. Like, it's kind of
Yeah.
annoying because at the same time, these kids don't even have an outlet to really talk and be themselves. So why aren't you asking questions that made them feel
Mhm.
like that?
Exactly.
You don't know why your child wants to be who they are, what's going on with
Exactly.
them, who's doing what to them. You don't know.
And I'm just gonna say this, and then we're gonna get to you, JJ, to figure out who you're giving your information to. But I personally believe and I'm not a mother, so I can't.
Me neither,
I
so
can't say how I would
at the
feel
same
if
time,
my mom,
yeah.
if my kid came to me like, "Mommy, I want to be a boy. Mommy, I want to be a girl." But if you have a child coming to you saying something like that, why you don't take their ass to therapy?
That's
Because
facts.
I need to figure out. Let's unwrap and figure out why you
Mhm.
want to be a boy.
Mentally,
Or why
a
you
lot
wanna
of
be a
people
But I was
girl.
gonna say, you
forget
have to
that
think-
That
it
type of
starts
thought doesn't
mentally.
just pop up in your
It
head
does
out of nowhere.
not.
Mhm.
But we are talking about kids. Kids have imaginations, and kids' imaginations still need to be nurtured.
Yes.
'Cause especially Black kids, because we get robbed of our opportunity to be imaginative.
And
very
let's
young.
not forget about what the
Mhm.
media doing and how they trying to force it upon our
Yeah.
kids and how they making us
Say
it
that.
seem like it's an issue
Say that.
we don't want to have our kids watching and doing certain things. Now, me
And it's
personally,
not a problem.
I'm not
'cause I don't want my
against.
kid
I'm not
watching it.
against anything as far as the LBGT community or GTQ community. I'm
Right.
not against it.
Or that-
You know what I'm saying? I'm not against none of that. You know what I'm saying? My thing is that a lot of these kids are given the choice of an adult.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
They're
They're
not
getting
old
the
enough
choice
to
of an
consciously
adult, and they're
make
not
that decision.
because later on down the line, it's probably so many kids who wish they caught that therapy before they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
And it
also a
would've been
stigma in the
life-changing.
Black community though with therapy. They act like it's such a bad thing to go to
Oh,
therapy.
girl.
It's
talk about that.
it's sick to me when people lie and say they go to therapy and they don't go.
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
Because
Okay,
that's weird.
but
as
we're
hell.
not even gonna do
JJ,
that.
who are you giving your affirmation to?
So I'm kind of with Drea on this thing. I don't really particularly keep up with
Yeah.
social media.
Oh my God.
I did notice that the Grammys was recently. I don't watch any award
I
shows,
do.
but I
Yeah.
noticed how a lot of people had a lot of negative things to say about Lizzo.
Yeah.
What they say?
It was this guy on Facebook. That's his not his podcast, but he has a page where he makes funnies about celebrities. You know, he
Okay.
gets the clout from making fun of celebrities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick of that.
And he really went down the line, starting with Lizzo, ending with that what's that white girl's name, Billie Eilish. Like he really just went down the line with a lot of people. But
Not that white
Lizzo,
girl
yeah,
name.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm over here quiet because I really thought Billie Eilish was a boy. So I want you.
Because what
I
did she
don't know.
say?
I'm
I've
not
never
sure,
heard
but
of
she's
her.
really popular. She's
I've
very,
never
very
heard of her.
I've
popular.
been seeing it.
I
But I thought
got
it
it.
was a boy.
Yeah.
That's
I
just
said I was
me.
gonna
Yeah.
try her out one day. I never.
I'm not gonna try her out.
But yeah, so I'm gonna say Lizzo, because she gets bullied on social media a lot because of
Yeah.
her weight.
Yeah.
And I
It's
just
horrible.
want to point out how confident she is, because
Yes.
a lot of celebrities, and we probably don't know this because they would have to be vocal enough for us to have that insight into their lives. But, celebrities they go through a lot and they don't say anything because, they're celebrities.
Mhm.
But I would say Lizzo, because she's very confident, a lot of people make fun of her weight, but even with that bullying, she still posts her nude
You know who
photos.
the
She
fuck
still
she is.
wears
She
whatever
does.
she wants. She
does.
still does whatever she wants. And then I like it. She makes fun of it. Like, she's, I think there's one video, she was like, oh, they're calling me obese, and she was like crying with the money. Like, it was extra, but she just
Yeah,
kind of made
I
a
seen
joke
that.
out of it. And I was like, what you
Yeah.
owning
doing?
who she is.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about, honestly. Like, as a woman, as a Black woman, as a woman of color, you have to kind of build that tough skin, and we don't really
Mhm.
get a lot of time to build
Yeah.
that. You have to have that shit ready on go in the
Right.
clip,
Right when you
come
from
out.
a youngin'. You know what I mean?
Man.
Like,
Right when
from
you come
young.
out.
So
Listen.
because regardless of what your flaw is or what your difference is from everybody else, people are going to find some reason to talk. They're going to find
Exactly.
some reason to pick. They're going to find some reason to make fun of you. You're going to be the topic of discussion,
Mhm.
for something. So I love how in my last episode, well, what was supposed to be an episode, we didn't talk about that. We talked about like the word bitch and how we have, as Black women, taking that word back.
Yeah.
Because I can talk to you and I can be like, bitch, guess what?
Exactly.
And you know exactly
Man.
what I mean.
Yes.
Or I can be like, bitch.
Or you can be like,
Exactly. And I
you
know
know
exactly
You
what
know
you
exactly
That's
what
one
I
of them,
mean.
like, man.
Or I can be like, okay, bitch.
okay.
Yeah,
you know what that means too.
Right.
So it's kind of the same way about how we view ourselves. We have to take that self-defining, those self-defining, characteristics
Exactly.
or whatever have you. We have to own that because nobody is out here nobody's gonna say
Nobody
None.
babysits us.
nobody but us.
Nobody
I was gonna say our own
babysits
Black
us.
men don't
That's
say
Nobody.
my
that.
whole purpose for this conversation because I really had to sit and think. Like, I was sitting in this Airbnb, I'm watching these women do their thing and like really be just available to me.
Right.
Mm.
And I'm thinking, like, who else do I know that makes them, that stretches themselves like this?
Stretch.
For me, nobody but Black women, not
Yeah.
Black men.
No, they're not saving us at all.
Girl,
Girl, they dragging us.
hello
Man,
They don't.
to the ground.
man.
But it starts with us. Like, we are the ones who pour into each other. We are the ones who protect each other by all means. We are the ones who stand up for each other. We are the ones who come to each other. Since you need me, I got you.
Exactly.
I done seen a girl just not even 2 weeks ago. I was out at happy hour and I was by myself. I'm chilling and I'm watching, just watching the room. I like to
Exactly.
sit with my back away from the door. I need to
Right.
see the door when I'm out, especially
Yeah.
when I'm by myself. So I'm watching this lady and she's shuffling through her purse, looking for her car, Black woman.
Mhm.
And another Black woman out of nowhere came up to her, and we're at Mason Street Grill. So,
Mhm.
inside of the Fifth Street.
Yes.
So it's like, that's the last place you want to
want
be
it.
without your damn debit card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So another woman came up to her and was like, "You okay, sis?" And she was like, "Oh yeah." And I could tell she was explaining herself, like, "Oh yeah. Da, da, da." Still shuffling through her purse, looking for
Mhm.
her card. And the other woman just paying for it.
Oh,
Complete
wow.
stranger.
That's so nice.
Exactly.
That's
Complete
what's up.
stranger but that's how we do.
Yeah.
That's how we do. We look out for our own. And when I think about who I can look to for solace, who I can look to for advice, who I can look to for protection, the very first people in my mind are Black women.
Yes.
Yeah.
Facts.
And it's sad because that should be the space that our men fill.
Because we definitely do that for them.
Because we and beyond.
We definitely do that.
That's
For
the
And
thing.
beyond.
And then the thing is that my issue with that is that we have spent so much time explaining how much we love Black men
Child.
and how much we appreciate Black men and how much we want to nurture Black men and how they're welcome into our space. But we get the whole, I'm sick of her attitude. I'm sick of what she do. Instead of trying to figure out why.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Mhm.
Why are we at this point?
Mhm.
Why are we at the space where you feel I have a bad attitude? Or why are we at this space
Why
where
do
you
I have an attitude?
why do I have an
Nigga.
attitude?
trying
Period,
to
my
figure that
man.
out?
Like, why do I have an attitude? Period. I have an attitude because you don't understand me mentally or emotionally,
And you're not trying.
and you're
You're
not
taking
trying.
the time.
Yeah.
You're not
facts.
trying.
So before we, because I don't look, y'all know I can talk about niggas all day. I don't want to turn this into that, but just want to go around the table and ask you all, when did you realize realize how much well, or when were you most impacted? I'll say this. When were you most impacted by sisterhood camaraderie? Like, can you think of a time or an event or a particular situation that made you realize, like, damn, like, I really need my sisters. Like, this is, or I wouldn't have been X, Y, and Z, or I wouldn't have done X, Y, and Z, wouldn't have got X, Y, and Z without another Black woman or without my sisters.
Listen, I have two. I have my friend Deidre, who's Renee.
Yeah.
Renee. And then I have my friend Berta.
Okay.
So I was introduced to them in like the model scene.
Yeah.
So they encouraged, honestly, I wouldn't have started Risque Intimates without them. Like, I really wouldn't have, like, they was telling me, because I had a whole thing where if anybody who know the history know, I had started this with somebody else before.
Okay.
And it just didn't work out, you know what I'm saying? Not bashing that person because I'm past that. But, you know, it just ended up not working out. Friendship, everything just not working out. But I honestly thank God for the friends that I have now. Like, all of the friends I have now, even the people I encounter now, like, I thank God for them, because the friends that I have now, they was telling me, like, forget that. Mm-hmm. It's okay that you started with somebody else. You got your own path. Take it. Like, you don't have to worry about nothing. The support gonna be there. Mm-hmm. You don't know who watching you or who wants you to continue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would say them, you know, it's times where I go through the issues where I'm like, damn, I want to throw this shit away. Like,
girl,
sick of this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of having a business. I'm just tired. And then my friends hit me and they like, hey, get your shit together.
Mm-hmm.
You crying for what? You know what I'm saying? You sad for what? We all got our bad days, but get up and do what you got to do. When I was going through issues, male issues, breakups, I don't have friends where they be like, yeah, you need to leave that. They tell me, like, you know what I'm saying? This is what you be doing. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is what you be doing. But this is what you don't deserve.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of words of encouragement and everything from my entire circle, best friend, all of that. Micaiah, all of that. I get it all from them. You know what I'm saying? My friend Diamond, Ania, I get it from I have like literally my entire circle of people I can appreciate. I got a friend that I used to work with at Poto. Her name's Andrea. We don't talk all the time, but when I need to get my shit off, I can get my shit off with her. My ratchet shit off. You got them people where you like, I need to get my shit off. Let me call her so I could laugh and really say some shit. Like,
thanks. JJ, how about you?
I'm in agreement with Bria here, because like you said, you may not always talk to those friends, but I have tons of friends that have, you know, left the state, my home state, that I don't talk to often. But when we speak, it's like we're back like we never left. And I for me, that's important, because, you know, you have your life, your work. You know, I'm a new mother. That's a lot in itself. Trying to, I just thank you. But I think that's really important. But this experience that I'm about to share doesn't impact me directly, but it definitely exudes the importance of Black women just kind of sticking together. I was at this snowball stand at home with my family, and I noticed how a man was looking at a younger girl a little it was very inappropriate. And I was like, maybe it's just me, like maybe I'm reading too much into it.
Right.
So I watch a little closer, and I'm just kind of watching what he's doing. And I'm looking at the young girl, and she moves, his eyes move. She does something, like he does something else, and he's nudging his homeboy. And I look at my mom, I'm like, I think he's like watching her. I'm like, am I tripping? I was like, look at what he's doing. And you know, I told my mom, and I was like, should I say something? I was like, do we say something to him? Do we say something to the mother?
Yeah.
You know, so it was kind of touchy, because you're, you know, when you're in a touchy situation like that, you're like, okay, do I say something? Do I leave it alone? Yeah, right.
Well,
and so I ended up saying something to my mother. And of course, you know, she said something to him, and he was like, oh no, like I got kids. Like I have a daughter. And right. And the mom of the younger girl, I think she was maybe like 14, maybe 15. And she looked totally shocked. She's like, what's going on? And we just kind of shared with her, you know, what we observed that this gentleman was doing. And she was like, I didn't even, you know, and as women, just as parents, we don't see everything every time.
Yes.
You know, she had other kids with her. She's trying to get her kids snowballs. Like, you know, it's the summer. She's just doing a lot.
Right.
Her focus is divided.
Kids, yeah.
So it's important that, as women, we look out for each other because, she missed something very vital, not to a fault of her own,
Right.
of course, but, that's something very, very, very important. And just imagine if we had not said anything. And, I'm sure now she's going to be more in tune, when she has her baby out with her. 14 years old, you can't help if your child is developed or how developed they are. You can't. But what you can help is how someone is inappropriately looking at your child and what you need to do or say to prevent that from happening in the future. So that for me was a very strong moment that I wanted to share because not only do we have to protect each other, it trickles down into our kids, so.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Dre?
For me, I don't really have anything that really impacted me, like to make me feel that way. I just feel like I was brought up that way.
Yeah.
I have a large family. I was just telling Bree before, like we've done everything together. So with me having a large family, and then most of us being girls, it's just like I've always had a sisterhood. And then as a child, I was in cheerleading from kindergarten all the way to high school. And they're still my sisters till today. Like those are my girls. They are the reason why I'm like, I gotta go to college so I can pledge. Like I just want more sisters. I just need, because it's nothing like having a group of people that have your back, right, wrong, cry to, laugh with, fight with, and still be okay. It's like, and so I have family and I literally have cheer sisters from first grade that are still, we just all had our first kids with Easton. Like it was just like, I don't know. So like sisterhood is just strong for me. And I guess that's why I am the way that I am and why I'm so able to help people. And I'm so willing to do so because some people don't have that. And I feel like I'm very blessed. When I say I have a group of strong women around me, like, so it's like women empowerment is like what I was born into.
I feel like when you raised on love, that's just how it is. Because that's how it is for my family too. I have a lot of support from my mom and my aunties and my cousins. It's like, when you got that support from other women, you know how to treat other women.
And I think that was super important, like to instill into our kids and to instill into not even just our children, but just the generations coming up under us.
Yes.
That to let them know, like, no woman has something that you can't get. I was raised in a family, like I said before, lots of women on my mom's side of the family. And the women on my dad's side of the family are all my cousins and my one auntie. Like that's our whole little heart there.
Right.
So we were raised to celebrate women and to give to women and to love ourselves, love our body. Like we were really brought up under the empowerment of women before that was a thing. So for me, and I'm not gonna sit on here and flex. Like I haven't always been a great friend. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've definitely had some
We've had our
shortcomings.
flaws.
Yeah, we all do. We all got our flaws, period.
As a friend, as a sister, as a cousin, as a everything. But every time I come back around or at the end of every day, it's always about, I love you. You know I love you, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to make sure that everybody knows that because I feel like if nobody is gonna love you, the women in your circle are gonna love you. And you don't have
regardless.
That's
no
love
judgment.
That you don't have to fight for. I ain't gotta be jealous about it. I ain't gotta tug a war with no other woman about it. I ain't gotta argue with you about it. You my sister, bitch. I don't care if we ain't talked in 6 months. What's up?
Yes, exactly.
That's why I really feel bad for women who say. The women who say, I ain't got no female friends. I don't want no female friends. My thing is, why you don't have no female friends?
That part.
What did you do for you not to have female friends? Because I honestly can't say, like, you could have we got our family. Yes, we got that. Yeah. We have our cousins, sisters, all of that. But everybody needs that friendship where you could talk to them about everything. Sometimes family don't need to know everything.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
so you got
your family love is different. Because
they not finna play. That family love, they not finna play.
I just can't tell
certain
them.
Stuff
like,
they just
great
be like,
segue into our next topic. Because I was gonna ask you guys. So like, I know you come from a huge family of women, lots of great women, and I know that you come from a family of women as well. Jay and I are family. Me and Jella grew up like sisters. So her mother is my biological father's sister. And every summer, every holiday, I was always there. And like my TT, she won't come on camera, but I want to thank her publicly because never one time that I could not come
Yo,
to her
TT,
house.
that's not your mom.
Never
Listen,
one time.
not right.
That is her mom.
That's definitely not. I
Can you
thought
believe
y'all was
that's her mama?
sisters though.
That's her whole
I
ass
thought y'all
mama
was
over there
sisters.
looking fine
Yeah,
like that.
I
No,
thought
that is
y'all
her
was
mama.
sisters.
No, that's her baby
Period.
grandma.
When I just heard her say
That's what you
TT, I'm
can
like,
say. No, that's the grandma over there.
no.
Yeah,
That's not a granny
Yeah.
over there. I
You
ain't
somebody.
gonna
No,
take
you're
that.
not.
that is somebody's
No,
grandma,
you
honey.
That's a Gigi over there.
She
She
is
not
a
a
grandma.
granny. She's
That's
a
a
Gigi.
grandma.
Because
over there. That's
I'm
my
thinking you friend over
That's
there.
my
I'm thinking you
goals,
friend over there. I'm not
I'm
gonna lie.
taking that body to my surgeon. Like, look,
Let me get that.
I want that one. That booty.
Let me get
That's
that.
the booty I want.
Let me get that.
Those were my first. Those were my first connections with women. Like,
Mhm.
no, my auntie taught me how to be
Right.
this bougie ass bitch you see today. Like, you know, like you get that kind of pour.
Right.
When another woman pours into you, it feels completely different than when a man pours into you.
Man.
Definitely,
Because
definitely.
honestly, it's when you get the words of encouragement and love from a woman telling you your worth and life experiences, like
Genuine.
like I said, like your mom, like my mom, she'll tell me like, listen, I'm tired of telling you. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of telling you, but let me explain this to you. You deserve this. You are this. You are important. You are beautiful. You don't have to deal with a lot of things. That comes with jobs.
Yep. Ooh.
Girl, jobs. Okay, everybody thought I was gonna say men. No, jobs.
jobs.
Okay, that comes with jobs. That comes with
Listen.
men. That comes with opportunities. Like I don't have to deal. If my mama said I ain't got to deal with it, I ain't got to deal with it. Like you know, what
My
I'm saying?
mama said
Once
it.
my mama say something.
What's my mama said it? Even like
It's
you
a
know what I'm
go.
saying. It's like once you get that whole aspect, once you get a strong woman behind you or that
Yep.
strong figure behind you,
Mhm.
you really don't feel like you
And
need
my mom is
nothing.
definitely my best friend.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yes.
call people get
Since day
mad.
one.
Your mother,
Listen.
I was like, no games. Which is like, I'm like, what? You say?
Listen, people
I'm
be
not-
telling me like, you better not tell your mama. I be like, girl, I'm
No,
not.
I'm
I ain't
gonna
gonna tell
tell
my
her.
mama.
And once
Like-
I do tell my mama, there's no coming
No, I'm
back.
talking about when people tell me.
It is.
Yeah, I'm talking about when
Yeah.
people tell me stuff. Period. Like when people tell me stuff, I'm like, bitch, you better not tell your mama. I'm not gonna tell her, girl. I was just
between us.
talking. Like, yeah, like.
But you know, I feel like people that have that strong connection with women just from the jump, because like a lot of you guys said, like my mother, she's always been that person to me, and sometimes we take it for granted because
Yeah.
I know I have, because some of my friends or friends that I've had in the past, like I had a friend from high school, her mother was not motherly.
Right.
Was not at all. And it was evident. Like people would look at it and be like, wow. And as I've gotten older, I tell myself this all the time. I was like, everybody's mom isn't my mom. But I still get upset because I'm like, my mama wouldn't do that. Like, like my mother doesn't say things like that. And I get
Listen.
offended. Like,
Oh my God. I had a friend who used to
Listen.
curse a lot in front of her mom. I'm like, no.
Girl, I
No.
could never.
It made me feel away. I'm like,
And then it'd be like, I'm
we
not
don't do
gonna
that.
curse
I want you to know when we go to my
yeah.
house, we don't do that. We don't do that. And
because my mama will whoop your ass.
yeah. I like
And she's not gonna care.
It's
Yeah.
different when you go around people who like have their relationship is like more friendly with. And my mom is a great friend, but she it's a boundary. She
Bitch,
Yeah.
go look at you like you
And-
crazy. Why
Boundaries
you
real.
cussing?
So
For
that's
what?
that's a great segue. Do you think that, because I have quite a few friends and I found them in my adult life as I've been acquiring different friends and acquaintances, I've been encountering a lot of women who have broken relationships with their mother, and it has made me kind of evaluate the spectrum, like the friendship spectrum, like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, and not totally not analyzing them like, oh, you ain't got no relationship with my mom, bitch, you ain't gonna be a good friend.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, not like that, but just really kind of paying attention, like, okay, what's your relationship like with your mom or the other women in your family?
Right.
Versus what's your relationship like with me? And me and my mother are best friends. Like,
Yeah.
she get on my nerves, don't.
Okay, but listen,
time.
sister
But
girl.
that's
That's my
still
girl.
my girl. And
Yes.
I set this bitch off.
Okay?
Okay.
Don't play with my mama and don't play with me.
Completely off.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
About
Yes.
my mama. So when I encounter other women who don't have that type of relationship, I'm saddened for them.
Yeah.
I do feel
I'm
bad
so
for that.
saddened for them. But then secondly, I'm like, okay, what kind of friend you finna be?
Horrible.
Mhm.
I'm
But that's
horrible.
not
Not
always the case. 'Cause I
Not
have-
always
I have
the
a friend
case.
whose mother is a Rolling Stone. Like some of our
Oh,
daddies
yeah.
is. Her
Yeah.
mama is like that.
Yeah.
And she is a mama when she feels like it.
Right.
To this
Yeah.
day.
No.
But
Yeah.
but my friend is such a great friend. She's
Yeah.
such a nurturing person. And it's like, sometimes you don't have that influence. And sometimes you don't have that example. But I don't want to be like
That's
that.
what I was gonna say. That was
Mhm.
you gonna either become your situation or you're gonna be better than your situation.
Yep.
And in situations like that, she chose to be. I don't want to be like that.
And then
I wanna
not
be
only
better.
that, we can't be a victim all our life to
That part.
what we
Right.
dealt with as kids, because
Say that.
that's what you dealt with as a kid. What you gonna do about it as you
What you gonna
grown?
do?
You
You
gonna
gotta
keep
change it.
using that as a
Man, I
reason to
just
be
had this
mean to
conversation with my
people,
granny.
to be a
Mhm.
mean girl, to be evil to people. Like I have people who, you know what I'm saying? I had people who had issues with their moms and relationships, and couldn't call their mom the way I could call mom.
Right.
Would feel like, certain things like they mom just didn't care. You know what I'm saying? And I've had those friends where they was like, you know what I'm saying? And they honestly, those friends for me turned out to be bad friends, because it's for me, like, I'm gonna call my mama like, shit, I'm mad, I'm drunk right now, I'm sad. My mama,
If I break
Ma, like, I'm calling, like,
I'm
man, when
upside
I got
down,
into
what am I
it, like, you know what I'm
doing?
saying? Like, I'm gonna call my mama for every damn thing, you know what I'm saying? I got my best friend who I call for everything. But my thing is that I feel like when they don't have that relationship, sometimes they get jealous of the
Yeah.
relationship you have with your
It can
parent.
be a trigger.
And it could be a trigger for them, like, I don't like you, I don't care for you, I don't, or they pick a reason, or you got some friends where you are such a good friend to them because you are so used to how you're raised.
Yeah.
They don't want to share you with other people.
Oh, that territorial.
That territorial, they become territorial. Yeah. And
Say
then
that.
it's like some people who don't know how to be nice girls. Like you got those girls who want to be, a part of the women empowerment thing, but they actually really mean girls that don't know how to include women who, like I said, it's that post that said it's some women that can step into the room and that's just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They could
They
make
just
a
got it.
statement. They just got it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like when you just got it, sometimes that intimidate other women too. So they don't even want to be your friend. They want to
Yeah.
look at you like, why this bitch walk up in here? Because
Right.
I'm here, honey.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
had a
saying?
male friend tell me and Stephanie that before when we came into a party. It was like, why did y'all? He said it. He said, why y'all come here? He said, I don't know why y'all come here and change the vibe. And I was like,
Why we gotta
what
change
you
the
mean?
vibe?
Like we here to have a good time too. Like
Then they're
Miss-
the upper echelon.
Right.
I was like,
Yeah.
Steph, did you hear him? Steph, like, what did we do? I said, we just walked into a party that we were invited to. Like, it's their
Right.
birthday. And he said that. I was like, well, thank you for letting me know how the girls feel about me. Shit,
But then it's
clearly
like,
somebody been in
why?
here talking to us.
That part. Someone's been running their mouth. Somebody
like,
feels away.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's
yeah.
weird to me. That's
And it
always
was
been
literally
weird
as
to
soon
me.
as we walked down the stairs and walked in, and he just shut. He was like, why did y'all just come in here and do that? I said, what did we do?
Wow.
And I was just like, okay, I enjoyed my night, but I was like, any moment we can just leave because that just threw me off.
Mhm.
It
threw
throw
me
off your vibe and make you.
Yeah, I'm
It
like-
just make you be like, okay,
I'm
should
like,
I be
who
watching
was
some
talking
shit? What do I
to
need to
me?
be watching?
And a
find
man
that
said
really
that to
weird.
you? Like,
And it's different when a man, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, he's saying that, it's like
Yeah.
he been around some women in here that's been saying something.
Yeah.
That feel away.
Because I have been in situations where women will speak up on you to, make other people not want to mess with you or do business with you, network with you, and things like
Mhm.
that because of their intimidation of you.
mhm.
And really, sis, you don't gotta worry about me. I
I'm
want you to get
somebody,
that,
but
and
I'm
I'm
nobody
get
to
that.
you. I'm
Mhm.
somebody,
Yeah.
but I
You
don't have to be
worry about
nobody
me.
to you.
Yeah.
I'm somebody, but I ain't
Have
nobody
you
to you.
ever
I don't
had
have
a
to be.
situation where you were able to turn that type of energy around?
Yeah, Stephanie had Steph had an event. She have a Real Talk events.
Mm-hmm.
When we were in my freshman year in college, it's this girl. We dated the same guy, but I didn't know that she was dating him at the same time that I was conversing with him
Mm.
or whatever. But she was actually dating him, and
Okay.
it wasn't until my phone broke and he let me get his old phone that I saw
Mm.
that because he didn't erase
an
it.
idiot.
You know what I'm saying? He was young. He didn't know. And for him, he just like they was in a situation where they had just
Never
they were
give me
ending.
my old phone.
They were ending, but you know how it is when you end, you ain't really done, but you know that you know. So it was just like that. And I was like, oh, he talked to her. I'm like, okay, this makes sense because we just never took anything serious. But it was like whenever we was not in a relationship, we know we're gonna talk to each other. Never do anything, nothing. We just know like while we wait, while we wasting time waiting on
Mhm.
somebody else, we just gonna waste each other time type.
Yeah.
And, so for years, I didn't know why she just had this. She like looked at me a certain way, and I didn't know that until I got this phone. So I'm like, oh shit, this is making sense. Like, you know who I am, but I didn't know who you were.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And here we are, adults, and never spoke before. Pretty girl, nice girl, got her own business and everything. And at the event, I chose her on purpose. We had to choose a partner. Steph made this. She had an activity. You had to be back to back, and we were back to back, and she had us like reciting things. And the girl was like a little like, "You chose me" type stuff to be. I did this. It was strategic because
Yeah.
I have a big problem. I have a big issue with being into it with a woman over a guy, and I'm not married.
Me.
I have a very
I just
big
had a
issue
situation like
about
that.
things like that. Like, I'm not married. We don't like it. And as you can see, I'm cool with my children's, I'm cool with my child's father's other children. Mom, like
Mhm.
if we could get along, let's get along, because we ain't married. None of us. And that's the only person I'm going to war for. The man that, proposed to me, I'm gonna go to war about him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But up until then, like, we not about to do this. So at the event, she had us turn around and she had to stare at each other for like, I say she had the timer for like a minute or two, y'all.
Damn.
Mm.
That's
Damn.
a
It's a long time to be looking at somebody's face.
And because it was real talk. Her y'all, if she's starting back up, you gotta go to one of Steph real talk.
I sure will.
You have to go. Her activities be so good. You learn stuff about yourself. I've built some good relationships there. Like, and like some of her friends have become my friends because of this. So and it was like, I'm staring at this girl and she's staring at me, and I'm just like, and it is awkward. It's so awkward to just look somebody in the eye, and I know she like, bitch, why you choose me?
Right.
Like,
she did this on purpose. I know she did. Like,
and I'm just like, and then we had to write down what was going through our mind while we were doing this, and we had to exchange it to each other. And then she read my note and I read her note, and then she was like, I'm like, we never talked all this time, and I just want to know why. And I'm like, I never had an issue with you. And I'm just like, you have, like, people around her love her. I feel like she's me, but in her group.
circle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, no, like, sis, this little thing that we got where I'm hugging all your friends and not you, like, that got to end.
Mhm.
So up until now, she was just at Chic. She just bought some stuff. She just bought a jacket and everything. So like up until now, we just being cool. Like, we cool. And I'm just like, that is a pet
that's
peeve
what's up.
of mine. Like,
That's what's up. I ain't gonna go into the details of how me and the girl who I was into it with, but we just recently went bowling together.
really?
Awesome.
You know what I'm saying? I don't
But
got
the
no issue.
turnaround is the thing. Like
Like, I don't got no
Yeah.
issue.
when you can turn it around, I think that's the most beautiful thing.
Because it's like,
especially
I don't
about
got
a man.
Yeah, it's like, it's no, because this is the
Please.
thing. Like,
He moved on.
everybody.
He don't care about us.
And he
Exactly.
will.
He moved on. He don't care
will.
about us.
Like, he will move the fuck on, and you don't.
But
have to
even
be
then,
mad.
I wouldn't even say that.
And I'm
Sometimes
left
it's
with
like
all
we
these hateful women.
sometimes sometimes cloud our own judgment too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That is
Sometimes
true.
we cloud our
Most
own
definitely.
judgment into thinking like, okay, now this bitch here, like, no, you don't even know her. Talk to her a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Talk to me. Talk to her. Get to know a person before you really sit there and set in stone. I don't fuck with her. I don't like her. You don't like her. With some women, I even watched it for myself when it comes to some women. Like, it's some women who really just don't like other women present just because.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
so
true.
sick.
That's true.
And it's so sick.
It's
And it's
insane.
just, it's disgusting.
That's a personal problem with them. They really
It's
need
a
to talk to
personal
God.
That's an
thing.
insecurity.
They need to
Yes.
talk to God.
Yes, it's so, and then it's like, and then you sit there and you wonder, like, damn it, am I really that? You know what I'm saying? I'm really that girl, huh?
That's it.
Like,
That just gives me gas.
yeah,
I feel
it's
like
like,
you
I'm
have
definitely
something.
that bitch if
you
you know what I'm saying?
You have something that they
mad.
lack and they don't know how to get. They don't,
Right.
you know,
Mhm.
and it's just like one of them things.
Like,
Like, it's like
you-
it's not. It got to be in you.
It's nothing
Yeah.
I can teach you.
Yeah.
It's nothing I
Nothing.
can show you. What about you, Jack?
Yeah, I agree. It just actually reminded me of a story. I was a senior in high school, and this girl I had known my whole high school career. I just never spoke to her. We
Mhm.
were in English class together, and we sat next to one another right in the front row. And she's like, "Hey," and I was like, "Hey," never spoke. And she was like, she was like, "I never spoke to you because you just looked so mean." And I was like,
You do have a very.
It's the
I was
resting-
like,
it's just the
really?
resting bitch face.
Yeah.
and
It's
you
your
know what?
RDF.
Most women have it though.
And you know what? I was so shocked because of course she spoke to me. It's no problem. I just never
Yeah.
spoke to her.
Yeah.
But we always had like a good conversation. We would get in trouble for talking too much in class.
Yeah.
And she was like, I never spoke to you because I just thought you were really mean. And I said, really? I was just shocked. I said, why? She was like, you just look so mean. And I really had to like take a step back. I'm like, am I really looking that mean?
I want to know, like, did you change or something? Because when you walked in, it was like you looked very approachable. You looked
really
very.
nice. Like,
And and I do try to.
No, let me tell you something.
No.
She's not gonna tell you.
I'm like, did something
No,
change?
My sister has a very heavy resting bitch face.
I do.
It's a family thing. but her RBF is serious.
Yeah,
Even
but
as a child, it was serious.
It's one of them.
It's very don't talk to me.
yeah, no,
Very
and
much. I got an attitude today.
But I became aware of that. But it's, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Walk around cheesing? Oh,
I know. No, I don't know.
Listen.
Like,
you know,
I wear
I
my
know.
face. I wear my emotions on my face.
So I
too.
do
Same.
make
If I
it
ain't gonna say it,
Yes.
my face gonna show.
right. So I do
Like,
make it a point, you know, even if I'm just walking down the street, I'm like, hi, like, you know, so if I'm in the mood, of course. But you
Right.
know, like I say, hey, like, how you doing today? Or if someone speaks to me, you know, I make it a point to look interested. But
Yeah.
I, you know, the crazy thing is a lot of people have told me that. Like, I never spoke to you because you just didn't look approachable.
really?
you seem so.
And
I was
pleasant.
like, yeah,
You came
something
off
And
had
and it's
changed.
always so surprising because I'm like, if you just talk to me, now,
It's just
now,
that simple.
now, honestly, I'm not that person to just talk to a stranger.
Yeah.
I have too many like phobias for that. Like I'm a little
Oh,
too
yeah.
paranoid to just be talking to people. But if someone speaks to me like in a yeah, right. No, seriously, I take that very no, I take that very seriously because
like nigga, you will not kidnap me.
How are you?
Right.
Listen, how are you in the elevator?
I'm quiet as hell.
Don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me. Don't bring my ear. Don't do
Don't
none of
talk
that.
to
Good
me.
morning.
Because this is
That's-
limited
that's all
action.
you
I
get.
feel like
You know
I
what?
feel like people are very awkward on the elevator, so I make sure I'm like, "Hey, good morning, how are you?" Because people act like I'm like, y'all.
That's
they,
not me.
On the elevator, people just be like,
don't talk to me.
"Real," and I'm just like, I'm the person that's like, "Good morning, hey,
Mhm.
that's me."
But if we were in the elevator together in that setting, I would speak to you. You don't count on me speaking to you first. But if you say, "Oh, hey, sis, good morning, how are you?"
because like y'all, I feel like everybody make the elevator so awkward. I'm like, it don't gotta be awkward.
Look, let me tell you guys, it's so much I do or don't do because of SVU or Criminal Minds. I don't give anybody directions.
I have to use the restroom, so I'm going to take a small intermission. We'll be back right after these few messages.
All right.
Please continue amongst yourself. I'm sorry, this is ghetto.
You're right.
But yeah, there's
Listen.
so much I don't do because I watch like Criminal Minds, SVU. I don't give people directions. I check the backseat of my car before I get in. I check my surroundings before I get in my car. I check my tires.
Yes.
You know, it's just
I
crazy
lock my door
things.
ASAP. So
People think I'm crazy
Yes,
when I
sitting
tell
in
them
the car.
I run from the back of my house to my front door. I will time myself to
Ain't
Girl,
that
I'm
crazy?
just to
snatch
see
you.
how
No, I
fast
really
you
saw a
are.
meme. I saw a meme like that last week. Like, you have you ever timed yourself running? And I'm like, listen, I have my son. I make sure I get his bag and everything before I even unlock the door. I make sure I'm like, put the garage down. I'm like, and I be running like, girl,
Oh,
ain't
no.
nobody out here. I got all
Yeah.
these cameras outside, girl.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Absolutely.
I be turning off the house alarm before I got the car just so I can just go ahead and go in there.
Mhm.
But sometimes
Yeah.
they're like, no, you shouldn't turn off because what if somebody, they gonna rush you in there. You know, like
Yeah,
so.
that's
I'm like,
true.
I be thinking
Yeah.
this is ridiculous. I gotta start watching TV at
Right.
this point because that's the problem.
But yeah, but I shared that story because, not saying that there's anything, because I can't help that. I
Right.
can't help that my straight face
Yeah,
is not welcoming.
Yeah.
I look how I look.
yeah.
It was brought to my attention, but just think about how many friendships I've missed out on because someone just thought I was so mean or I just
Mhm.
wasn't approachable.
Yeah.
But I guess it just kind of,
I was gonna say, I promise you ain't missed out on the friendship.
Like, honestly, because
the
most of the
friends
time
you got
when
are
people
they're meant for you. Like,
and most
you
of the
know,
people who judge you based on how you look are the
They don't
ones
need
who
to
you don't want to be friends with.
yeah,
anyway.
Mhm.
yeah, that's true.
Because if you judge me based on how I look, you gonna get mad at how I look when I come out the house getting dressed.
Yeah, right.
Or if I don't like,
I'm done.
those be those friends are the ones
Yeah,
that sit there
yeah.
and they judge you based off how you look. They don't want you to look better than them. They don't want you to
Mhm.
dress better. Than
Yeah.
them.
No,
They
because
don't
I'm the
care
girl.
certain
When
way.
it's my birthday, everybody needs to
All
have their
my friends
makeup
better be
done.
Yeah,
Everybody-
everybody's gonna
like,
be cute.
I don't be understanding people like that. Like, but there are people in the world who be like,
Yeah.
"What are you wearing? Let me see what you're wearing." So I can.
Right.
I'm like, no, be fine as fuck,
Yeah.
please.
Mhm.
'Cause
Please.
you're not
And I
gonna
don't
be,
even do that.
because you're not gonna be in my
Yeah.
picture. You know, you need to be fine.
Yes.
And then
my
you gonna be
birthday.
mad when you're not in my picture.
Exactly. And I'm like, no, I just want everybody to look good. If it's my birthday, it's your birthday, and we're gonna be looking nice.
Or do you guys have a friend where there's like, am I doing too much? It's so and so's day. Like, should I tone it
I
down?
have
Like,
had some.
I had somebody like that, but I'm
No.
like, girl, bye. My thing is that if you don't want your friend to be at her best and look her best, then you are not a good friend.
Say that.
If I
Right.
want my friend to look her best, I want her to-
Absolutely.
all to
and
look
I'm
our
gonna
best.
gas you, and I'm gonna gas every bit of it.
And not
If-
only that, everyone is going to look cute in their own way. So why does
Definitely.
it
everybody got their
matter.
own style, and a lot of women fail to realize that too. You can't really compare your style
Right.
to another woman's style.
Yeah, we
Right.
very diverse in my family. Like I have family members who don't wear heels at all, but when I tell you they're gonna dress a booty up, or they're gonna dress some shoes, some sneakers or something.
Mhm.
They gonna, that's
Yeah.
just who they are. I have family members who don't like wear like tight clothing or whatever, but she's still gonna pull off a real nice feminine look, and she's gonna
Right.
look bomb as hell. We all different, so
Yeah.
we don't be caring about that. We just be like, be fine.
Yeah. Make sure you cute.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's too many of us. It's a lot of us. My grandparent, it's a lot of
Mhm.
us for real. Growing up in the same city, and it's just like we all just having kids and kids and kids now.
I can't with you.
Don't crack me up.
I just gave them a small. They could talk. I'm sorry, y'all. I
You know
just
how
left
to carry
brunch,
yourself.
and I am like 3 pinch bellinis in right now.
Really? Where you go?
I went to Sweet Diner.
I went.
I
I was
love their
going down to
food.
Sweet Diner, and then they had a wait, and then on top of them having a wait, something else happened. So,
It was
Yeah.
just irritating. It's
Yeah, I'm
always
like,
quite
yeah, let me just pull off.
packed. I'm sorry.
Oh, let me
What I
just
missed,
pull
y'all?
off. We were just ending her story.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
On the young lady.
Yeah, on my straight face, on my mean face.
Oh, your RBF.
That is,
At
thank
all.
you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And
Oh,
that's
thank
period.
you.
Yeah, I'm like,
Thank you.
she looks very approachable. She looks like,
That's why I
what?
say you came out here and it's
Yeah.
pleasant. I felt like
That means so
pleasant.
much because people tell me all the time I look mean.
Hey, it is what it is. You better say hi to me
Hmm.
first.
Is it
Like-
Men?
the men that say you say?
I've had men tell me that before. I have.
Good. Get away from me. That's what I'm like. Good. Get away from me.
Period.
No,
Yeah.
because of the real man's gonna approach you, he's gonna approach you.
Yeah, I've
Whether
had
you
I've
look
had
or
men
not,
say
period.
that.
Oh, okay. You got a little candle.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be out.
That candle been there the whole time.
She's so funny.
It's the Bellinis.
This is the lady.
So, that was real ghetto.
Yes.
So, okay, so next, I would like to go around the table and ask, what have you had a situation or instance where another woman has directly impacted you in a great way? Like a time that you can recall that someone has uplifted you or done something for you that they just really did not have to do, provided you with some type of, confidence, solace, advice, anything that another woman has done for you that she really went out of her way to do that resonated with you, that stuck with you. I can go first if y'all need.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
Me
I'm
too. I
taking
got a lot of
like,
instances.
Yeah,
too
the
many
girls
to
be
really
blessing
count.
me.
I'm like,
So,
y'all got a lot of instances.
I'll start. So probably one of the most one of the biggest things that I can remember, and she's actually one of my network sisters, Brittany, from the Horizontal Refreshments podcast. Her and I worked at Guarantee Bank together. I was very young. I had just came home from college. I was like 20. I think I was 20.
Mhm.
Like a first 20 years old, 19, 20 years old. And I had just came out of a situation. Let me tell you how God worked. So I had just came out of a situation in college where I had a very nasty ending to a friendship. And I'm not even I ain't gonna cap, my fault. It was my fault.
Right.
I was not being a good friend. I was not being a honest friend. And it was just something that I had to grow out of. That's another show.
Yeah.
But I came out of that. I left school and I came back home. I got back in school. I got this job. I met this girl and she was just a sweetheart to me from the jump. And God, it seemed like God was pouring into me good women
Mhm.
versus the karma that I felt like I deserved with people that should fuck me over the same way that I had just, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, not been a good friend to someone else. Like
Yeah.
I really felt like I did not deserve good friends.
Mhm.
So, I ain't gonna cry. So I get to the
Send me some
job.
love. Send me some love.
Thank you. So I get to the job. This girl, she transfers from another bank, and I had planned a trip to Tennessee. It was like my first trip by myself.
Mhm.
I was going with my cousins, and we were gonna go to TSU to homecoming. And I had some money that I was expecting to come in, and it didn't get there when I anticipated it. But I'm on the bus now. I'm on my way to Tennessee to TSU homecoming. And I called my job because I remember my job had an employee loan. If you were there for a year or 6 months, you could take advantage of this employee loan.
Mhm.
So I called and I talked to her. I talked to Brittany and I'm like, hey, can you give me the information for the employee loan? I'm trying to, get
I
stuff
need
together
it.
for this trip because I thought this money was coming and it's not. I'm frantic. I'm damn near crying. And she was like, what? Calm down. What? Calm down. What do you need? And I'm just like, I have planned this trip. I'm on the bus. We was taking the mega bus. That's how you know
Right.
how old it was. We was taking the mega bus to Tennessee. I was like, I'm on the bus and I'm about to go on this trip and I don't got no money. I paid all my money for the hotel and for all the parties and stuff like that. But I thought I would get this money coming in,
Mhm.
and it's not. Like
Right.
it's not here. So she was like, how much do you need?
Mm.
Mind you, this is somebody that I had known for maybe 6 months.
Yeah.
Maybe
Right.
6 months. So she was like, how much did you need? And I was like, what? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know.
what you
Right.
Oh,
mean?
yeah, I'm
Like-
like, I don't know, like $500. I don't know. I just want to be able to be comfortable.
Right.
She was like, okay, I'm gonna call you right back. Hung up the phone in my face. So now I'm calling the branch phone, like, okay, bitch,
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
Like, why you
I-
hang up on me?
I need the money.
Right.
This girl called her landlord and asked him if she could pay him late.
Oh,
Wow.
No.
Sent me her rent money, y'all.
Wow.
Wow.
Sent me her rent money so I could go have fun.
Oh, yeah.
come
Wow.
on.
In a
Don't
place where you
cry.
just was
That
like,
wasn't even my friend yet.
yeah,
Wow.
That wasn't even my friend yet.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We had been through nothing together.
exactly.
And that's nothing that I would
Nothing
have
from
ever
her.
asked her for.
Right.
Or
You didn't feel
ever.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would have. I didn't. I was avoiding
I ain't
asking
want
my
no
mama.
tissue,
My mama
man.
is always my backup.
Girl, don't do
I
that.
know,
Because you
girl,
got
it's
me
like-
over here like,
it's a problem.
I'm one of the people that's going to cry because other people cry. I cry because other people
My mama is always my backup, but I didn't want to tell my mama because I knew I was going to hear the whole lecture of
Right.
you did this and you wasn't prepared and you da. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna call my mama, but that girl sent me her rent money.
Yeah,
Wow.
She sent me her
that was a
rent money.
blessing.
Is that
And
her?
without question,
Yeah, she
that's
been watching-
her.
She been watching the whole time.
Sis, you gonna make me cry. That's my baby. I love, and that really made me realize, like, damn, like, women not bad. Like,
Man.
and I had such a hard time in high school. Girl, the girls used to
Listen.
follow me home,
Just
get off the bus
ridiculous.
on my stop, trying to fight me. I had to switch school. Like, it was a lot. So I wasn't really used to women outside of my family
Mhm.
really being down for me like that.
Mhm.
You know, or women that I hadn't grown up with. I have friends that I grew up with since I was 3-4 years old, but those were my core friends. And I would
Yeah.
never, I'm so prideful, I will never ask you for nothing. Like,
Yep.
never. I will struggle, I will hustle, I will figure it
Woo.
out before I ask you for anything. So for her, she just heard the concern in my voice,
Yeah.
and she knew
Mhm.
like nobody else was coming to save me, and I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna call my mama, and she didn't know that I got great parents and I could actually ask
Yeah,
if I needed it for real.
Right.
I'm gonna
You
get
do.
chewed out, but I can ask for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She didn't know that, but she just without question was like, I'm gonna call you right
That's
back.
what's up.
And then she called me back and she was like, the money is in your account, sis. Have fun.
Oh,
Have a good time. Take a shot for me.
That's
And
what's
that
up.
shit changed my whole, and just coming out of a situation where I wasn't a good friend to someone else,
Yeah,
Mhm.
to be in a situation where now I'm blessed to have a friend that will put her livelihood, like your rent,
yeah,
not a phone bill,
yeah.
not an electricity
But
bill,
your
something you can
livelihood,
float.
your rent for real.
bitch, and you don't live at home with your mama, your rent,
Yeah.
you gave me your rent money.
Mhm.
I'll never forget that.
Mhm.
I'll
Man.
never forget that. When I make it big, Brittany, you get in the Benz, bitch.
Okay.
I promise. So
Okay.
that really helped me really understand. And I not only understand like sisterhood, but what it means like to be a good friend. Like if I don't have it financially, if you need it financially and I don't have it, I can figure out a way, or whatever I got, it's yours.
Yeah.
It's yours, because I know what it's like to be like, damn, what I'm gonna do.
Man.
What I'm gonna do. And I don't want to ask nobody because my pride is hurt.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to ask my family because I don't want them to know I even need it. And I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? You just don't want to be embarrassed.
It's so many thoughts that you put into that. When really, it's just it should just be so simple.
It should be.
Mhm.
It should. And sometimes it is. And it be us making it more complicated than it has to be.
Right.
But just knowing, like, having that backup. Like, I got a friend right now. She's a lawyer. I'll be waiting on somebody to try me. What? I'm gonna call my lawyer. I'm calling my lawyer right now because y'all got me messed up and she know the law. Like, I be waiting on a reason. Like, now I know. Like, and same for any one of my friends. If they need me anything financially regarding, what's up? I got you.
Mhm.
Please call me. Please call me,
Yes.
because I know what that feels like to not want to call somebody, but you have to call somebody.
Yeah.
Man.
And the last thing I'm gonna do is be like, you should be doing this and that. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna run you down your list of responsibilities
Mm-mm.
because I know you know.
You grown.
Yeah, you grown. You know what's up.
So I'm one of them people where I feel like it take a lot for an adult to ask another adult to really help them,
Mhm.
especially a woman who used to being on her own and being
And
financially
don't be the strong
stable.
friend.
And don't be the strong. Don't be the
Mhm.
strong friend, because the strong friend, you definitely crying. You definitely just buy, like you
Everything
really
in
feel
the
like you
dark.
buy yourself a lot
Yeah,
when
I
you the
said,
strong friend. But
everything in the
honestly,
dark.
if you really think about it, a lot of us all feel like we the strong friend in our friendships, because a lot of us really all feel like some thoughts we can't share with everybody.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like I have my, like I can honestly say with that scenario, I can honestly say that if I went through issues where, you know what I'm saying, I actually had to come stay with my best friend. I didn't expect her to, you know what I'm saying, allow me to come stay with her. I didn't expect her to help me keep my phone on when I was dead broke.
Mhm.
Kind of got into issue. You know how that be when you think you grown, get
Yeah,
into
you
it with
ain't.
your mama. You know what I'm saying? You think you grown, you get into it with your mama. I thought I was grown, got into it with my mama, and I'm like, I'm finna fucking leave. She pull up. Like, it wasn't even know. She cussed me the fuck out because she was like, you don't ever get into it with your mama like that. But then at the same time, she gave me somewhere to lay my head until me and my mama hashed that out and figured it out. And from there, that's when I realized, like, damn, I really got a real friend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've never had a real friend till I met my friend. Like, I can honestly say I never really had a real friend for real. Like, I have friends when you in high school and you in, you know what I'm saying? You got your friends in college, but when you meet that friend that you know gonna have you no matter what, that shit be feeling like a blessing. Like, I'm honestly blessed that, and I tell everybody, like, this my best friend. This my best friend. Yeah, like she a mom, like she got 2 kids, so she don't be out like that. She don't be out here. And at the same time, when I introduce her to people, don't say shit about her, don't talk about her. That's who I'm rocking with. Like, don't play with me about my friend.
And
Like,
there's levels to the friendship. Because
listen,
anybody that I call my friend,
anybody I call my
you
friend,
can't
I don't
say
play
nothing
that
about them.
Anybody I call my friend, because more than likely it's something about you that caused me to that caused me to consider you a friend.
Yeah.
Like, anybody I consider a friend is a sister to me.
Yeah.
I might not call you sis, but you my sister. Because why? If some shit fall down and out, I want you to know you can call me, and it's vice versa. Any friend I have now, I could call on.
Right.
Yeah.
And if I can't call you, girl,
Those be the situation. Those be the times. The only times where I'm like, I don't have friends. Because
Yeah.
all of my friends really have become family. So when
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't have friends,
I swear.
it's not like I don't got no friends. It's like, no,
I don't
we
have no friends.
family.
Like, yeah, like,
We're
no.
family.
Once you reach a certain point in a friendship, you're not my friend. Like, all my friends I have now are considered family. I'm not gonna argue with you on Facebook. I'm not gonna take that shit
yes.
to Facebook. I'm not gonna take nothing we got going on to Facebook. I'm not gonna argue. I'm gonna hit you up and I'm gonna tell you, bitch, I don't like that you did this.
Right.
Yes.
You just
Right.
really pissed me off. Like,
oh
why
my
would you
gosh.
do that?
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
Because there are so many instances where we find ourselves wrong as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And if your friend,
Don't
your girl, if first of all, she don't call you out, she ain't your friend. 2, if she can't call you out,
Listen.
you're not her friend.
Right.
Listen.
Because any friend that I have, any sister that I have, if I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong.
Right.
Listen,
Please correct me.
please.
Right.
Because you're not my friend if you don't.
Because you don't see
You
what
know
you
what I'm saying?
do.
Yeah, and it's a lot of people out here that are not coachable.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
God for my friends.
Listen, please check me. Please check me.
No, Dre. Steph would be quick. No, Dre, you know, they'll all be like, no, you could have went about that a little different.
Yeah.
You know, even my unborn child godmom, she my cousin Nadi, but Nadi be quick to let me know, like, friend, you shouldn't did this different. You know what I'm saying? Like they quick to call me out on my BS, and I be
Yeah.
appreciating them for that, because without them I wouldn't know, and I'd be stuck in my ways,
Right.
and I wouldn't
Yeah.
grow.
Listen.
Like I'm not going to grow without you letting me know, because to us we could not be doing anything wrong, but from another view, it's like you don't know how you're affecting other
That's
people,
true.
how you're
That's
impacting
very
other
true.
people, and people. If nobody says anything about it, then you gonna be hurting plenty of people, because nobody,
Nobody's standing up to you.
exactly. So
Yeah.
you just thinking it's okay.
Yeah.
You thinking it's normal to be this way, and no, it's not. You're really affecting people.
Yeah.
Man.
So Jay, let me ask you this, because I think you're the only one of the panel today that has pledged. So did you find that same type of sisterhood in your sorority sisters, or is it just like a select few?
So I didn't pledge.
You didn't? I thought you
Then
was
she
a
like, so
Delta.
I didn't play.
Why did I
What
think
was
you
I
was a
talking about?
Delta? Oh, that's my
Oh.
sister. That's Kennedy. Never mind, Kennedy. Totally
Get your life together, man.
Not even you.
That
Let's
conversation didn't even happen.
Let's call her. Like, let's call her.
Not even. But because we've all been to college, can I ask you ladies that do you think that you found the bulk of your lifetime friendships in your childhood or in your adult years?
Adult.
Okay,
Adult.
let's hear it.
I don't.
So let me start off by saying you said something a few minutes ago that really stuck with me. How a lot of us think we're the strong friend.
Mhm.
And I'm sitting here thinking, have I really ever been in a situation where I have been 100% vulnerable with any of my friends? And I'm sitting here really thinking, and I haven't.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And not to say that they're not great friends. I love all of my friends, and I know if I were like broken down, sniffing and snotting and crying, they would be like, "Oh my, like yeah." But this is probably a me thing. But I've never been 100% vulnerable with any of my friends. The only person I can say that I've been 100% vulnerable with is my mother.
Man.
And I don't know, and that's probably just a me thing. But as far as the bulk of my friends that I like, all of my friends that I have now, my circle, the 6 of us, I met them all in college. And I think the reason for that is I've always been mature for my age. Like, and I think people take that lightly, but I think I've always been ahead
Of your years,
of
yeah.
my years,
But that's the
more so
that's
than my
the oldest
peers.
child syndrome in you. We all 3 of us got that. You are your oldest.
Girl,
You the only
I
child?
got 3 older brothers.
Oh,
Well, I
yeah.
got 3 older brothers, an older sister.
No, that's
I'm in the middle.
That's the
I'm in the
oldest
middle.
child
I got 4
Yeah.
behind
We're gonna
me.
revisit
Like,
that
I'm in the
because that's a
middle.
whole nother episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
so
first
I
child thing
think
different. I'm
yeah,
crazy.
like even in high school, like friends that I have in high school, like I still have a couple of friends from high school that we're still really close. I consider them my sisters, but it's like 2 of them. Like and we're all the same way. We've always been the more mature ones. And the 3 of us, we're like, we don't talk to anybody from school. I'll be like, hey, who have you talked to from Western? They're like, no one.
Right.
Like, oh, what are they doing? I don't know. Like, what are you talking about? Y'all went to Frostburg together. So what? Like, I don't, we don't talk. So I literally I've carried 2 friends from high school into my adult years. The rest of my friends that I have now are all in college. And I truly think that's because in high school, I was just so disgusted with just everyone. Like, it was just, you know, and I mean, because I ran track in high school. You know, I had really close relationships with them, but they all just kind of fell off after high school.
Yeah.
And I'm not
I just
sure.
feel like people outgrow.
Yeah.
You outgrow
Growth.
relationships, and that's kind of
It's
like
definitely
basically
like
what
that.
happened with me.
Same. Like,
So how do you handle that? Like, how do you handle, or do you express that to the friend that you've outgrown?
I feel like you should.
Really?
I feel like
Okay.
you should, because honestly, the best friend that I have, me and her went to school together, high school together, but we didn't become friends till college.
Okay.
Like me and her, we didn't sit at the table and eat together like that. Nothing like in high school. But in college, I don't know nobody. She like, shit, we went to school together. That's how she became my friend. And then it's like the people who I was friends with in school, they just got their own lives now. You know what I'm saying? One of my old best friends just got married. Congratulations to her. But I don't talk to her on a daily basis. And sometimes it's like, damn, I miss my friend. But then it's like, what do we talk about? Because
You
we've
catch up.
outgrown, like you
You catch up.
I mean, you catch up, but not at the same. Like
I think we
you
just be
catch up, but
overthinking it.
we do overthink it.
Because
Like
when I'm sitting here thinking about what you say, yeah, you think you should. Because I'm like, I've outgrown my friends, but no, we've never talked about it. And when we see each other, it's all love. And these are girls that when I was 13, 14, we were friends up until I was like 23. And if I was getting married, they will be in it. And now I don't talk to them at all.
Now, when I say outgrown,
But I do
the
feel like you
negative
should have a
aspect of it.
conversation. Like we didn't. It wasn't like only one of them where we had a falling out, but it wasn't like it was a time where I'm like, I've outgrown this friendship. Like you're still doing certain things that I'm not okay with anymore.
Right.
We're growing. So it was one of those things where I had to call her out on her BS, and it didn't really go well. And because we all been friends and cheerleading since high school, we kind of like split. Some went that way and some went that way. So that's kind of how it happened. And it was like we outgrew each other. It wasn't like no bad blood or anything. It was just like they kind of doing the same thing over here.
We different.
Yep.
We
So
elevate.
how do you tell someone that? Like,
Because I'm like, we
sitting
didn't talk
here-
about it.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here thinking, like, you know, in relationships, I've told men this just is not working.
It's not
You know,
working.
I'm not evolving in this relationship.
Yeah.
And I think,
had a friend
it's
break up
easy
before.
for
Grown as hell.
Yeah,
Girl, I just be
right.
ghosting these
Right.
niggas.
No.
Me,
And
I
I think
don't
it's
do that.
easier.
I go crazy until I'm done. Like I go crazy until I'm done being mad. You finna catch this shit.
Yeah,
No.
what's every window you
Motherfucker,
got?
right
No,
No,
I be
I'm
like,
not-
I'm done.
I don't have that kind of.
I'm the shit talker. Like, I'm the shit talker. I'm gonna talk my shit till I'm done. Now, when that's with men though, but when
Baby,
it comes
I'm
to my
action
friends,
Jackson.
So how do you tell a woman? How do you tell one of your close girlfriends, I'm not receiving anything from this
But
friendship
that's a
anymore?
great question
I
because I
feel like
really don't know how.
Because I've never done
Because
it.
I did
I've never.
it.
You
I've
just stop
never
talking
done
to
it.
people.
I actually had a friend break up, and it was the worst. It's friend
Friend
breakups
breakups be
are the
different.
worst
Listen,
because
it hurt.
it's like when you saw her, you saw me. When you saw
Yeah.
her, like damn, y'all could be sisters. She
And that's
shorter than
how
me.
it was.
It's like,
That's how we
but it was kind of like more of a sometimes when you see that you at a different level in life
Mm-hmm.
and you want to be at a different level in life, and sometimes people not emotionally there or mentally there to where you just sometimes gotta say, like, you know what I'm saying, hey, I'm gonna be 100
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling this. I
Yeah.
don't think you a good friend. I feel like you certain shit you be hating shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm one of them friends, honestly, because if I'm doing some shit, check me.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Check me. If I'm doing some shit you don't like, check the fuck out of me.
Right.
Tell me like you wrong.
Yeah.
I don't like that you did this. I don't like, first of all, your attitude horrible right now.
Mhm.
Tell me that.
Yeah.
Don't go, you know what I'm saying? Don't be that friend to where you know you outgrown me and you know that you don't really like to deal with me like that.
Mhm.
Don't be around me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be around me.
No, I agree with that. Like, and I had a friend who felt that that the way that I handle men was kind of against her, you know, her standards. It was in
Ain't
a
got
point in my
nothing to
life. I
do
was
with you.
single.
Meaning-
I was young.
Like that
Yeah,
got nothing to do
so-
with you. It's me.
And it didn't. It didn't have anything to do with her. I was young. I was dating. I think I was like 23.
Yeah.
It was your face.
Yeah, it was.
It's your face.
Baby.
It is what it is.
Phase
It
started
was
when
your
I was like
face.
16.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it was my phase, and at that point in my life, I wasn't even like doing the phase type stuff.
Yeah,
I
like
was
the
literally
phase. Yeah,
like,
just doing you.
literally just doing me, just dating, just talking. And I had learned from previous conversation with her and another friend of ours. And this is something that always made me a little insecure because I'm a very open person. I'm an open book. It's nothing you can ask
Nothing.
me that I'm going to be like,
I'm not gonna lie.
shy away from. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to shy away from. I'm grown as hell. Okay. So if my
Say
mama
that.
know at this point, I don't give a damn who knows.
Mhm.
And that's just
Say
me.
that.
So we were having a conversation about dating, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I got a date today." And she was like, "Didn't you just go on a date yesterday?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "So he taking you on a date 2 days in a row?" And I'm like, "No, somebody else."
Exactly.
But she felt like I was promiscuous because I was going on multiple
And
dates
if I
with
am?
multiple men.
Does she know what promiscuous
Me?
means?
That's kind of what irritates me. A lot of
No.
people need to learn that it's okay to date without having
She
sex.
didn't
It's okay
understand
to
what
date
dating-
multiple
but this
people.
Is someone, But this
Yeah.
was someone who comes from a household and a family. Her mother had only ever been with one man, which is her father. And after she had been with that one man, she married him because she got pregnant. So it's like you come from a mother
She
who
had
has
to.
only had one partner in life on every level versus
Sad.
me. I want to talk to all these niggas. You know what I mean? Like I want to talk to them all. Take me out to eat. Like
Yeah.
and I was
Man,
doing that. And
I
she
just got.
expressed to me like, you know,
Listen.
I think that just the way you moving is a little hoish. And I was like, well,
Going on a
Define a
date?
hoe.
she said that.
Define a hoe.
She said that to my face. And I was like, well, I'm not sleeping with them.
Right.
Like I'm literally just going out and
Oh,
kicking it, like
I
going out
would
and
be-
hanging
It's
out.
okay for men to like your vibe, honey.
And I think that because how her upbringing was at the time, and if she's watching this, I hope that you are well. I hope that you are loved. She's married now, so
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and I love that for her because I know that's what type of girl she is.
Mhm.
You are the relationship type of girl, and as am I. Like I don't like to habitually date. I
Yeah.
like to be in relationships, but what I'm not going to do is hold myself down to one person
Yeah, no.
until I figure out who I really want to be with. And that's what I was doing at the time. And she kind of separated herself from me because of that. Like she just felt like that our
And that's
friendship wasn't in
Judgmental
alignment.
aspects of shit.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
but that is okay.
Yep,
You
it's
need to
okay.
be with other church going girls.
Okay, because
You know what
I'm not
I mean?
finna settle with. I'm not finna settle
'Cause I'm
because
talking
that's
to
not
a
what I'm
person
choosing
at
to
the time.
do.
Like I'm not out here looking for a husband at 23 years old. That's just not what I'm doing. Like,
Right.
and I learned that like my love life and my date life became entertainment for her. You know, so where
To where she waiting for the story. She waiting
part.
for. She want to
That
hear the
part.
story. She waiting to see
She
what
wanna
you did. Like she
criticize,
want
she
to.
waiting
Well,
to tell
I don't really.
yeah,
I
and
don't-
that kind of didn't sit well with me. So when she told me, because she did in fact tell me, like, you know, like you a little different than I thought, and da 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 da. Like
Okay.
you kind of date around, and you know, I don't really. That's not really my vibe. And I was like, you know what? That's okay. Like if me dating around offends you in any way, please disconnect yourself. Because I tell people all the time, if anything that I'm doing goes against your boundaries, leave me alone.
Please.
Please, leave
Like,
me alone.
please.
Please give yourself the peace that you need and leave me the hell alone. Because guess what I'm gonna do? What the hell I've been doing?
And
Like, and I'm
however
not
I want to do it, whenever
however
I
I
want to do
like,
it, like however I
on a
choose.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday.
Like
I don't
I
care. Like,
honestly never dated. Like this is probably I always meet a guy I like him when we're in a relationship. I
Mhm.
never really. That's becoming
Towards
into my
women.
adult years. You know what I'm saying? That's becoming in my adult years. So now I'm at the stage where I just got out of a relationship where I just felt unappreciated. Like you know when you in a relationship and you start. Like, damn, that bitch got a maid over there in her relationship. Like, damn, she's
Yeah.
single, she having fun. Then it's like you start thinking, like, damn, if I went on a date with him, let's see how this would be. But you in a relationship, you can't do that
can't do that.
because you so in love and you so attached to that person. So I feel like this time around, I'm a date. You know what I'm saying? No, you can't touch me, but we could definitely go out to eat.
Yes,
I'm gonna drive my own car. You can't come to my house.
I'ma meet
You know what I'm
you.
saying? I'm gonna
Right.
meet you. You know what I'm saying? We could be friends.
I
we
do
could
it all
pull
the
up.
time.
All the
Listen,
time.
but I always was the type where, damn, I
Walking
like
in
you.
belly
So
first.
I don't know. Like I always put my eggs in one basket. So it was for me, it's like I'm not putting my eggs in one basket this time.
And that's important.
I cannot.
That's important
I cannot.
because, like you said, you were young. Why would you? You know, why would you? And not against anyone who is that way. And you know, the friend that you were speaking of, maybe she secretly wanted that life.
That's what I have learned.
Maybe she secretly wanted to
They do want
live
that
that
life, though.
spontaneous
They do
life.
want that
Because
life,
who
though.
doesn't
Yeah.
date? Who
They
doesn't go on
do.
dates?
I heard a
and
quote
multiple
when they
dates?
single.
You should not be.
You
from
should
18
not
to
be.
when I'm
23.
Maybe like
Ooh,
25.
you got a natural.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to settle down. Like I heard a quote. the
18
other
to
day that
23.
really,
You don't
really
need to be in
resonated
a
with me.
relationship.
Yeah.
Like the other day, I
That's
heard a
for
quote
men
that
and women.
said, "People will be envious of your lifestyle and of the things that you can't control. The way other people love you, the way other
Yeah.
people support you, the way you carry yourself, the way that your personality
Okay.
is.
True.
Like people will
Yes.
really be envious
And
of
it's
that.
really
And
sick.
it don't be.
And
It
it's
don't have
sick.
to be
and it's
material.
something that you can't control. Like I can't control how I walk into a room,
Mhm.
and I can't control how the people in that room adapt to me.
Proceed.
I can't control how men act towards me. I
Listen,
literally
yeah.
cannot. And I have bitch, I could go cross-eyed talking about how many women I have encountered, you know, transgressions with because they are, you know, or have a problem with how their man reacted to me or how men that they know reacted to me, or they
And
see
that
how
shit
I
has
come
been-
into a room and a nigga flock to me. Like none of that has nothing to do with me.
So
So
weird.
her problem with me and how I dated, and I
Yeah.
come from a mother, you know, my mom had me at 19 years old. She dated and she did her thing, and she found my stepdaddy when I was 3, and that's been my daddy from that day to this one. So
Right.
it's not like I come from a family of women that just have niggas all up through the house. You know, I don't.
Exactly.
But I'm also not gonna compel myself to one person because I'm young and I'm gonna date.
Man,
So when she told me that, I happily dismissed her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
did your mom tell you this? I feel like your mom told me the same thing. Like told your mom, like my mom told me the same thing your mom told you. Your mom tell you too young to have to settle and you need to start dating. My mama get on every relationship I've been in my adult years. My mama always tell me like she like 18, 23, do what you want to do.
Yeah.
But now that you 23 and up, you should really start seriously dating, as in getting
Being
to know
intentional.
people and
Yeah,
being
being
intentional.
intentional.
I'm gonna say
And-
25
And stop settling. You know what I'm saying? And never settle. Like I honestly don't. After getting in a relationship that I was in, I really don't even want to settle down till I'm about 30.
And I feel
It's
you.
still
on
my-
that.
I'm
I
cool.
feel
Like
you.
I'm
Like,
cool. Like I
honestly,
26
right
to
now-
26 to what? 25 to 27 or recently now turning 28. Like I'm just now realizing like I don't want to. I was in a relationship where I just really felt like, damn, I'm trying too much for the bare minimum, and I'm not doing that.
This is what we
I'm
need to
choosing to be
normalize.
single.
And this is something that
I'm
I
choosing
really
to
want
date.
to get across to young girls. You know, if you're listening, if you're not, if you have daughters, nieces, cousins, aunties, whoever, if you are 25 and under, please have your fun. You know,
Have it.
follow your heart, because sometimes you do find that one before you are
Right.
25, 30, whatever have you. But we need to stop we need to stop putting the pressure on these women
I just
Yeah.
posted
for
that on the
marriage
ladies'
to
room.
be a goal, like that's just the
Mhm.
end all be all of your
Yeah,
life. Like
no.
no man is gonna make you complete.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right.
What you want, your desire, your personal desires being
It starts
fulfilled
within you.
is going
Yeah.
to make you complete. No man can do that for you.
None.
So I used to, and as a younger child, like as a younger girl, my family looked at me like as a man eater because I did date, but I just dated. Like
That's it.
Yeah.
Like
you
that's
can
all.
come sit on the porch with me and talk,
That was me.
but that's all you can do.
Man.
We can come sit on the
Like
porch. and have
I'm
conversation.
honestly happier single. I don't care.
I
like
literally-
I'm so
Right.
much,
It's
and I,
okay
like
to
my
be
ex
that
used to tell me, like when we would get into it, you gotta. I know, even if I'm not, you gotta be happy within yourself, nigga. That's the problem. I'm happy with myself.
And
I'm trying to be
happy
happy.
with your ass.
I'm trying to be happy with you. I could be with my. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like a lot of people get it confused. You could be. I'm happy as fuck by myself. Like shit, I'm good. Like
And
Nothing
then
to
when you
worry about,
I've been dating my
nothing.
friends.
nothing
this
to
year.
care
Right.
about, man.
Right.
I've
I
been
really have been
man.
dating my friends. Like me and my friend Keisha just
Friends
went on
been
a friend
showing
date at
out.
Parsons.
Exactly.
Let me tell you how my friend courted me. My friend courted me like I was a female and she was a dude that she was trying like she courted me like she made a public ass Facebook post like I want to take you on a date. Can you be ready by 7 on Saturday?
Aw, that's
Period.
Courted me. I got to the car. She had flowers. We went on a date. We went to dinner. We went to drinks.
Yeah.
Like it was
That's
just.
what's up.
It was
I like
literally
that.
a date,
I
but
love
like
that.
a friend date. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that needs to be more normalized too. Like build a relationship with your sisters.
Right.
Mhm.
Build a relationship with the women in your corner. Because when that nigga gone,
They still there.
I never understood the friends that disappear when they get a man. Like I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
listen. Like my friends, like I don't like. I gotta talk to my friends. I got to because they listen, bitch. I'm going through this. Like, am I tripping if I do this?
Right.
Like,
Talk to
please
me.
tell me.
Right.
Because bitch, I'm like,
One, I did just post on the ladies' room on my podcast page saying, "Dear parents, an unmarried daughter is way better than an unhappy married one.
that
Yeah.
part.
Don't panic. Do not
Yeah.
Baby, 'cause
pressurize."
if my daddy asked me about a grandson one more goddamn time, I
my
promise
parents
you.
don't even. My
Yeah.
parents don't even ask me. My parents want me to move out of town so bad.
Girl, my mama.
My mama and my
have
dad,
a heart
like
attack
at
if I
first
moved
they
out
used to
of
tell
town.
me. At first they used to tell me like, no.
She might pass out.
My dad had a thing where he was like, no, I want you to save at least 50,000 before you leave. I'm like, my man.
Sir, give me 25.
Give me
But then even in
25.
saying that-
15. Like I can't. He used to be on that, but then he got to the point where he started realizing like the men that I was dating, he didn't like them.
Yeah.
So he started to be like, man, live your life now.
Like I can't let you out of
Stop
town with my
playing,
baby.
like, and I used to tell him, like, I want to move out of like me and my ex. We used to go, eventually carry on our life and move out of town. But my daddy was like, stop playing with me.
Yeah, right.
Stop playing with me. You better start. You better, if you're gonna move out of town, you're gonna move by yourself and you're gonna figure it out and you're gonna date. And it's like to the point where it's like now I don't want a relationship.
I don't think people really understand how important dating is. Because like you
Mhm.
said, Kirsten, like when you're young, like when I was 19, 20, 21, before I was
Because
with
baby Sil only like 25.
Right.
Are you on the
She a fresh
Okay.
chicken.
so and
Damn,
I
we
and
out.
Right. We all
So I've been in my relationship for almost 5 years now. Before we
Yes.
got together, I did me
Right. As you should.
heavily. And I have some friends where they're like, oh no, or like, oh no. But the thing is, I think I'm the youngest out of my group of friends. But I'd like to say that I'm the wisest, honestly.
Yeah.
Because with my dating, I've probably encountered every characteristic of
I
any
feel like
type of
that.
man that
Oh
you
my
could
God, I
even
feel like that.
fathom.
Yes.
So when my friends get involved with men and I'm like, oh no, I've seen that before. You need to stop this now.
This-
Right.
And they don't, what? No.
or
he's
you could
this,
tell
he's
them
that.
how to handle
He's-
the shit.
He's
Like,
so
girl.
nice. He's so this. I'm
That
like,
nigga's a
yeah, he's a
narcissist.
psychopath.
Yeah.
So you should probably nip this in the bud now. I've seen it. I've done it. I've been there. What do you mean? I'm like, all right, just go
Then
ahead.
later on down the line,
Exactly.
that's right.
And with me being so young, like I feel like people don't really take me that seriously when
Yeah.
it comes to like,
Which is
my
annoying.
history with dating. But because I dated a lot in college or whatever, I've gotten a lot of experience. And when I see things because of my past experience, I know exactly when to end something, or I know when to continue, or I know when like, okay, this is safe, or no, or he's this way, or he's that way, or give him one more chance, or because I've experienced a lot.
It's just
Yeah,
chances
I'm sorry.
for
I'm
me.
Judge Judy. I'm Judge Judy around this bitch
Baby.
now. Ain't no more chances, my nigga.
No,
You
chances.
fuck up, you done.
The chances
You
are
done.
negligent.
I ain't got no.
She said,
I
"Do
have
not pass
more-
go."
I have.
insufficient chances.
She said, "Do not pass
What
go."
Judge Judy say? Denied. Judgment
Not
denied. Sorry, no.
So let
I'm
me
not
ask
dealing
you
with
this:
it.
do you also have that same discernment with female relationships with women that you meet and you're maybe like, okay, so it's cool, but I could peep some messiness.
Yes.
in her.
Yeah.
Because I have a friend, and I was just talking to my mom about this. I have a friend from college. We were so close. We became so close in such a short amount of time. It was just I had never experienced a friendship that way, and we fell out over something completely petty because I can't even 100% remember.
Yeah, that's how you know.
What
Mhm.
I
I
can't
got
even
those
100%
situations.
remember why we stopped speaking. And my mom was like, "Oh, I loved her so much. Like, you should talk to her." And I was like, "Yeah, like, we'll talk on social media." She's like, "Oh, really, really?" And I'm like, "No, like, it's
This
not
ain't
like that." And she's like, "Well," and I'm like, "If that back in whatever year that was didn't end our friendship, something else would have."
Yeah.
Because you just kind of realize, I haven't talked to this person in a long time, but she's still kind of the same
Same, yep.
person. And that's, my mother has always told my brother and I, you need to grow, you need to evolve. If you're not evolving, you're not living.
Mm-hmm.
And
Facts.
if you're just stagnant, like, what are you doing?
TT's so smart.
Right. So if you're not evolving, you're not living. You might as
Mhm.
well just, So when you encounter people that have not evolved, like when I see people from high school or even my earlier years of college and they're still doing the same thing, you're like, it makes me itch. It's like, like
Exactly.
ew.
Yeah.
Felt
Mentally,
not-
you didn't change. Mentally, you
Yeah.
didn't evolve. What do we go from?
we
Right.
have
here?
nothing in common.
Right.
That part, we have nothing.
I
in
do.
common.
I am the person who feels like we have friends for different things.
I was just
Yes.
saying that too.
You have
Absolutely.
I have someone that I can call, like if I'm ready, or I need a drink. I need to go turn up, but that's not going to be the same friend that I'm going to vent to or talk to or
Mhm.
cry to. You have those people. I just
Yeah.
feel like you do. You have to separate, and it's good to separate it that way.
Yeah.
It's good to have boundaries, and it's good to balance it.
Yes, like friend groups. So I have maybe like 4 or 5 different friend groups.
Mhm.
Girl, tons of group chats that
I hate group chat.
like, oh my god, I mute everybody. Everybody is
Everybody is
muted.
muted.
Yeah.
So if I don't respond the same day, that is why, because you bitches is muted.
Yep.
But like I have learned over time, so I'm really good at connecting people. That's one of my gifts.
That's crazy. I mix my friends too.
Putting people in the
Mhm.
right, like,
Yeah.
okay, you 5 will get along, so we could take a trip together. But you 3 will get along good, so we could go to brunch together. We can't spend a whole lot of time. Like that's my.
Right.
I'm really good at that, and I have learned how to delegate my energy to those different groups
Mhm.
because you might have like you said, you got the friend that you can call and you can cry to, and I can. Let me tell you, my best friend, Yanae, I can call Yanae any day of the week. I can talk to her about 4 or 5 different niggas, and she can be like, best friend, it's okay. It's okay. My other friend, Kia, my married friend, she married, she got a sugar, she got twins. She be like, look, bitch, do you know what you want? Because if you don't know what you want, you need to release him, and you need to, and I don't feel like hearing that.
Right.
I don't feel like getting snapped
yeah,
on.
like,
Like,
I want somebody to support my toxicity right now. So, so you know what friends you can call on. You know who to put where. And I think that we really need to normalize having multiple friend groups and being able to be, transversal in those.
I love
friend
meeting new
groups.
people, especially new
It be
women.
that. It be them friends ain't my friends. Don't bring them new friends around me. I be
That
like,
ain't that
Yeah.
ain't
what?
Yeah.
You gotta go because I'm networking.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
God,
always
like
networking.
I don't have
And
that.
I'm not
I don't have
my
that.
no new
business has
friends
to
type of
grow.
people,
Yeah.
like,
I'm a business owner. My
Yeah.
business has to grow.
My best friend know,
I can't.
hey,
Right.
you my best friend.
bitch,
Everybody
smile.
know you my best friend. But hey, I'm introducing you to this.
Yeah.
And this is what it's gonna
Smile
be.
and act happy to meet
Okay.
these new people.
But she be cool with like you. I honestly I've really steered myself away from the friends who want you to just be friends with them. Like I had a friend who was like that, who wanted me to like. She was kind of upset that me and her friend became friends. But we had, me and that friend. That's my girl now. Like that's my girl. I ain't gonna say no names, but that's
a mutual friend.
she's still friends with her, but I'm not. because
Okay.
I don't play like that. You got one time, like I let it slide, but when I let it slide, I'll tell you like that's your first and your last time to play with me like that. And
That
it's like,
territorial messes.
yeah, no, I don't do that territorial
I
mess.
ain't gonna lie.
I don't
I'm
do that
very
territorial
territorial.
mess.
I'm very territorial. My friends like, what is you up there doing? But it's not like to the point where you can't have
Yeah,
no
like,
friends.
but it was more
No,
so she wanted
like,
us to be
it's more so-
individual friends to her,
Oh no.
but didn't want
We
us
can
to
all
be
be
friends together.
When I say I'm territorial, I'm like, y'all didn't call me.
That
Cause
part.
Right.
what?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's not more so like
yeah,
you went with her instead of me. And my cousin right now is having a situation where we be looking at her friend like,
what
bro,
the
she
fuck?
act because she
Like,
be acting like
yeah.
my cousin can't do nothing with nobody. But
And you
know
be
what I'm
like,
saying? So we
what
be
the
like,
fuck? Like, is what you want to do? You
bro,
want to
we related.
like
we
stop.
ain't going nowhere, you know.
I
But
wish
that's
somebody would try me if I want.
It be
but
that be
how
the
I am with
weirdest thing to
territorial, like,
me.
okay, y'all at brunch because my phone did not ring. Let me check
Right.
the room. That's how I am. Like,
So I
it
ain't
like
invited.
yeah. I be like,
Yeah, I'm
don't
that
do that
way.
again.
Yeah.
I called Rachel and Nadia was out somewhere. It was like a denim party or something.
Pissed you off because why ain't get no denim?
Y'all where? Okay, I got you, motherfuckers. I was y'all got me.
And see, I'm the friend where I
Don't-
just all my friends are. I'm the one. I'm the middle. I'm like the one who's gonna mix the pot.
Yeah.
I know your personality. Go here. I know your personality. All my friends can know. I will introduce you to all of my closest friends because that's who I'm around. That's who you gonna eventually. If you're not around this person, you're gonna be around that person.
Yeah.
So I don't like that territorial shit. So
No, me either.
because me and her
Yeah,
ended up having more of a me and her have more things in common. Like we got the retail thing, we got business thing, we got things we think the same, we got the same mentality. Like so it's like with that friend who didn't want us to be friends, it's kind of like, damn, is that why you ain't want us to be friends?
But it be making me wonder, like, why don't you want me to have other friends?
Do you talk about that
Right.
person?
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, why don't you want
See,
me
I'm the
to-
type where
Because I'm the type of, I
She's
want my
secretly in love
friends
with
to be
you.
friends.
Mhm.
yes,
Like,
be
if my
friends,
can
She in
man.
love
friends,
with you.
That's perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
That's who she in love with you.
Yeah,
I
and
tell her all the
I
time
have-
she in
I
love
have
with you.
met friends that I felt like, oh my god, this is my soulmate. Like my friend Keisha, you right now probably made me feel like the last year or 2 years you don't see Keisha without me, and you don't see me without Keisha. Like we just be up under each other because that's my like. So if Keisha was married, we'd probably marry.
Yeah.
Right now, everybody get a
I'ma be
pass
honest.
because I'm pregnant. So everybody get a pass.
Everybody gets to have
I
another
like,
friend.
yeah, they all
But
get
it's
to be
like,
out, and I be like,
if you can't be friends, if you can't at least be cordial with my other friends,
Yeah.
because I don't hang around bad women.
Yeah.
You know what
That-
I mean? And that be my main thing. Like if I introduce you to someone, understand that I'm very intentional about who I'm introducing who to who.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Understand that I have already plotted this. Like, okay, these personalities will get along. They have things in common. Maybe they can talk. And if you can't get along, like I'm a girl's girl.
Mhm.
So if you can't be a girl's girl, sis, if you one of them women that's like, oh, I don't have no friends, I don't trust these bitches like that, we're not gonna.
I don't
that's
really
not
like
gonna work.
females because females be. What do females do to you?
What do females be doing? Because the
'Cause
females
we
I know
don't-
be loving the hell out of me.
Man, I honestly didn't know that it was friends like the friends that I had until I had the friends that I had.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the friends that I got now, it's like, damn, like I got my friend who I talk to all the time. My friend Vania, and I talk to her all the time. And me and her met on a model tip. Like I meet a lot of my friends on networking tips, and you like, and I tell people all the time, like, you can't be closed off because you never know the type of relationships
Right.
you're gonna miss. Because
Yeah.
even though it might be a business relationship, you missing out on a good friendship.
Yeah.
You missing out on it because you don't want to be open. You don't want to be a girl's girl.
And everything don't
Mhm.
have to be that deep. Like
Yeah.
I have had to learn personally how to delegate the depth of which I take the friendship. Because me, I'm a lover.
Mhm.
Whether you a friend, a family, a nigga, I want to love you.
I want to love on you
Yeah, I
all
wanna love
day.
you. Get over here so I can love you.
Mhm.
But
You said clear.
everything don't have to be that deep. And I have had to learn how to have acquaintances
Mhm.
that I equally show love to. And I might
Mhm.
not give you the same energy and love that I give my best friend. Because she gonna always get 100 every time. But I can definitely make you feel like I'm giving you 100%.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I can be true in that. I can be true in that. We don't have to be best friends. We don't have to talk every day. But if you
Yes.
call me and be like, look, I need to vent. I'm
Listen,
gonna listen to you.
yeah.
Because you got friends.
listen, we had
that
a
you can
venting
call
moment
if you
via
need.
Snapchat.
Yes.
We had a long. Them
Yes.
snaps was long as hell. We was
Them snaps was paragraphs, baby. Look,
Stop.
and I think we was going through the same thing at the same time. And we
Man.
was like, you know, and Drea and I are not two people that connect every day or
No.
every week or every month. We
But
grew up right
listen.
next door to each other, and we
Yes.
don't have to be up under each other. But I
I know I was on
know.
the phone with Grandma Irene. I said, I'm at
Yeah.
Kirsten. She said, Kirsten, I'll tell Kirsten. I said, like,
And but that's the type of love that needs to be understood and that needs to be distributed. You don't have to be my best friend.
exactly.
You don't have to be somebody I talk to every day. But since if I love you, I love you.
And if I want to
Facts.
see you win, I want to see you win, and I'm gonna make sure that you know that
It
I
was
wanna
definitely
see
the
you win.
encouragement for me because she was
Yeah.
like, no, you need to. I'm like, you
Girl,
right.
look, I
You
was
right.
trying to, look. Anytime a woman hit my phone about a man, I'm like,
We was up there talking.
Damn, I should have texted you the other day, bitch. 'cause
don't do that because I be on business.
I should have texted. Listen, we gotta talk because you know. Remember
You don't
was
wanna talk to me.
we gotta talk. Because I ain't the one that be
No, I
like,
know.
you know what I'm saying? I ain't the
I know.
one that's gonna fuck up your shit, but I'm the one that's gonna talk my shit. But I had to. My friend Renee, my girl, she Bree. I had the
Don't say
issue
no names,
where I
baby.
was.
That's a police issue.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but.
Uh-uh.
She was telling me like she the friend that checked me. She the
Yeah.
mental headed friend. Like when I went through my whole this nigga pissing me off. Let me make a status because
Girl.
he making statuses. Let me make one.
No, I can't.
Mama
I
called
cannot
me
do the
like,
social media stuff. I be wanting
listen.
to. I ain't gonna lie. I be
Listen,
pissed, but cannot do the
I
social
did
media
it
stuff.
because I was out of anger. But you know, you got that friend that tell you like, listen,
That's gonna tell you like, sis, take
chill
that down.
out, take that
'Cause you look
down.
Foolish.
You
Right.
Yeah.
you got a business going, take that down.
Yeah.
But listen, when I'm mad, please don't tell me take it down because I'm not. Like, no, because I'm tired.
No, but
Like,
I'm that friend.
Like,
I'm
yeah.
definitely that friend to hop in your inbox like you better than that.
Yeah.
Stop doing
Listen,
that. Quit giving him the
Man.
satisfaction.
Mhm.
listen, like, but then again,
I
it's
got
like
so many
sometimes you do that
notes
shit
in
to
my phone.
yourself.
So
Oh yeah, because you can't make the status, but I can make that note though.
I got so many notes in my phone.
It's
So
man,
many. I ain't gonna lie. It's just
Yeah.
like,
Man.
okay. I
It-
got it
Like
out.
for you, it's
I got
probably
it out.
different for you because you are such a public figure here in the city. I can only imagine how many people
Everybody say
try to
I
flock
had
to you,
somebody
try to be your
say,
friend,
yeah.
try to
Mhm.
get to you, close to you for the wrong reasons.
Oh,
Like, how do
listen.
you manage that?
For me, I just have, like, I promise y'all, I just really have to be by myself a lot, and I just have to pray because I promise you, if when I do any small thing wrong on social media, or if I express myself in a way that is not normal to other people, because people don't know me, they don't know that I was once ratchet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could have been somebody totally different than who I am today.
Yeah.
You know, like I was the girl that y'all about to fight. Like I'm, you know, that's like,
Like,
I
call
could
me.
be
Like,
somebody
don't tell me.
so different today.
Mhm.
So I just be like, when I do like get out of character just a little bit, I get those like, that's not in your character. And I just be like, bitch, you don't know me for real.
Like,
Like,
you don't even know it is in
Like,
my
it's
character.
definitely
Like,
in
you
my
know what I'm saying?
character,
Like,
but-
all the way in my character.
all they know is she went to college when she was 16 and she teaches and she does, you know, but they don't like it was, I could have been somewhere else and I could have been doing something totally different. So for me, I really have to, that's why I got them notes because
Yeah.
I have been put in so many situations where I have posted something that was just like, it was beneath me. I have done
Mhm.
that. And it was like, everybody just was looking and it's like, it's not even worth it because my message is going crazy in here. And I'm just like, man, you never know who's watching you. You
Man,
never know
I had to
who's
learn that
watching you.
too, especially on the business aspect.
Especially on the business.
The what is our operations manager? She called me the other day and she was like, "You just made a post and somebody just sent it to me, and we're not friends on social media, but it was an inspirational post." You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I made sure that I'm not friends with nobody from my school. Like I don't want to be friends with and I love now the person who called me. She can call me because we have that relationship. I love her to death. You know, but it's just like just to keep work, and this is this.
Yep.
Like we not friends on social media, but
Mhm.
outside, like I can talk to her and be real with her. But it was just the point, like you never know who is watching your
Yeah.
shit.
You know,
like,
it's funny you say that because I follow this photographer on Instagram, you know, it's from my hometown. And he is constantly going back and forth with clients on social media.
and now I don't want to work with you.
Now I can't
And-
work with you.
And you
I
know,
will never work with you.
right. And it's always, oh, you didn't tag me in this. No one is giving me credit where credit is due, or I will never work with anyone new outside of my regular clients, or you know, this person did this. She was late. She was unprofessional. And I just sit there because my boyfriend is a photographer.
Okay.
And so I don't need to hire anybody else to be a photographer. Like, you
Period.
know, that's going against the grain.
Oh,
but if I ever wanted to, I'm like,
Yeah.
Not
ew.
And then for me,
You
when
know?
it comes to posts like that, because I have seen that happen, for me, if I paid full price, I don't have to tag you anything. I paid.
Oh,
I you know,
that's
like
a courtesy. I'm not.
Right.
If I
Yeah.
pay,
And
if I
that's the
pay,
thing.
I don't
then
have
That's
to
what
tag
bothers
you.
me. Is like, how
Yeah.
entitled are you for
Now,
you to
when
feel like
people-
someone needs to tag you in their post? And if it means that much to you, comment and market yourself. Yeah, I love doing this. I love doing this shit with you. This
Exactly.
was
Not
so
even
much
that.
fun.
I never
This
get
was
mad.
great.
I never
If it
get mad
means
when I
that
don't
much
get
to
a
you, 'cause
tag.
I've had this problem with photographers, and I've learned my lesson on the other end of the spectrum as a model. When I've done photo shoots for people and they don't tag me or they don't
Yeah.
send me my pictures,
That
they
happened
don't
to
send
me.
my you know what I'm saying, like the edits.
Mm-hmm.
Put that in your contract.
Yep.
Just put it in your contract.
Right.
You must tag me in the photos on
Yeah.
the first post.
Yeah,
second
very
post, third
simple.
post.
Very
It's
simple.
very
Yeah.
simple. So
Yeah.
you mad at me because your business etiquette and
Yeah.
your business education didn't carry you.
Because
But
I ain't
then
gonna lie, when I get my hair
get
slayed,
mad at that.
I normally like my hair is slayed. I have to tag them. Only-
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
I always tag my
But
stylist.
the people
I
who do
got
my
to.
hair, like I'm blessed, so I just be like, thank you God, because I don't be paying what it is, you know. So
Yeah,
I just like,
exactly.
so yeah, I'm showing you love because you show me love. So yes, book her, book him.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? When I get my nails done, yes, book her because I'm, you know. But if it's not, I don't know you, I'm a regular customer to you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to. I did what I was supposed to do. I did my due
Yeah.
diligence. I
Yeah.
pay. I don't have to tag JC
Listen, once
Penney
that
if I went
money
to
hit my
JC
hand,
Penney.
I don't
Right.
That part.
Right.
Who like ain't honking me about
They
no
not,
business?
yeah, they not doing that,
Okay.
you know. So that's just how I feel like, and that's, I guess it's because I have a business, you know. So like
Yeah.
with my models, like you don't have to. My models they'll tag because
Yep.
they getting discounts and things like
Right.
that. If a customer tags, it's because they're satisfied.
Yeah.
I didn't tell them that they had to do that. They're a
Right.
satisfied customer.
Humility will carry you far.
That is true.
People do not understand.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I know that this is not the episode for that, but like in regards to business and taking care of your business and promoting your business and growing your business and
Yeah.
growing your following, humility will take you far.
Absolutely.
Every single time I see a business online bashing their own customers,
oh my God.
No,
I'll be like, oh yeah,
I would
Man,
never.
It's
I can't
I
spend
would
no money
never.
with you because you're not about to talk about me. Because what I'm gonna do, first of all, my
you said what I'm gonna do. Real mad, like real
I'm
mad.
gonna
with it.
Because I ain't gonna lie, whoever that person is, about you had a post and I was just getting so
Alright.
agitated, like
Yeah,
about
my
your
mind.
flyers or something, or
So today is March 21st, and I still do not have none of
yeah,
my
because I was annoyed.
She
I
You
still
don't
ain't
got
see
it,
your shit?
because I thought, see, that's what I'm saying. I can't. That
Yeah.
post,
Still to this
I was
day.
under the post, like, you know, you making me itch right now. I'm gonna just log off.
Still to this day,
I
I
love-
still don't have my stuff, but that's okay. And you know why? Because I'm gonna continue to be blessed because I paid her whole money, and I went and paid another business Control C. Crystal is up in the Sherman Finish. She took care of everything that I needed that time. My referral game is heavy.
Now for
Yeah.
Heavy in this city, okay? I'm talking like, ask Darlene. Ask anybody that do my nails, my hair, anything. My referral game, I'm giving you at least 15,
Absolutely.
30 clients.
Mhm.
Okay, so you don't have to. So her situation, her not satisfying me or even meeting her end of the bargain like she said she would,
Mhm.
that's okay. I ended up coming
I
out of
just
the
don't play
pocket
with
an
my
extra
money.
$300 because I needed what I needed. This
and
is
I'm
my
gonna get
business.
what I need
And I'm gonna get what I need
regardless.
regardless. Like my business, I'm gonna get what I need regardless. So you not doing what you were supposed to do, you really shot yourself in the foot.
Right.
Mhm.
That's true.
And that's just it. But you know, you just have to be really careful about how you present yourself, especially when you're a business owner and when you're a brand. It's
Say
different
that.
being a brand than being an entrepreneur. Because sometimes when you separate yourself, you can separate yourself from the business.
Mhm.
You can separate yourself from this business, but
It's
you
hard.
can't separate yourself from the business,
Mhm.
from the brand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jayla the Doula is a brand. Risque Intimates is a brand.
Mhm.
Ladies Club and Chic is a brand.
Mhm.
Like you can't separate yourself from that.
Yeah.
You are the face.
As
I
much as try
never.
to.
I had issues with people wanting to cancel orders. Like I had so many issues where I felt like I was being scammed, but at the same time, that's nobody's business. That ain't your business to know who
It's
it
so
is.
hard.
And that's what comes
And
with
it
the
make you mad
territory.
because it won't. Like they sometimes get you to the point where you want to expose it, but it's like, no, I'm not. That's nobody's business. I'll handle it on the backside because when you handle it on the backside, you get more blessings coming in
That
for your
part.
business.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
my
really
mama
hard to
taught me
separate
early.
yourself. After having Easton, I wanted to separate myself from that so much. Like my page, if I don't post much, they were just Tona and Kirsten was just saying on the saying like how I don't post a lot on Instagram, and that's because I try to keep my personal life private. I'll
Yeah.
post on my story, but I really want people to follow Chic Allure because my personal page I got like 14K. my business page, I'm only at like 4,200, and I'm like, please, I want you to follow
Shit,
Chic.
I'm trying to
because
get there.
Hello?
Shit.
I
'Cause I'm
really-
like,
What's
I'm
the
not
business
there
page?
yet.
Chic Allure.
I'm gonna follow that too.
Yes, because I'm like,
the Ladies Room podcast.
yes, because I'm just like, I don't want you to come to my page because I really don't have. I got like 40 pictures on my page, and out of the 40, 25 of them are memes.
Yeah.
Because I try so hard to separate myself from my business, like, but I can't. I promise y'all I can't. They buy into Drea. They are
But you know what's so
shopping
Drea?
for Drea. They're shopping with Drea. They're in, and it's
That's
just something
what
I gotta.
people fell in
I
love
gotta.
with.
That's what
They
I
fall in
gotta
love with your
accept.
personality and who you
people
are.
People fall in love, and like people like us who are socialists.
Yeah.
We like to be socialites. We're
Mhm.
charismatic,
Yes.
and we naturally have auras that
Yes.
attract the room.
Mm-hmm.
Drake can walk into a room and everybody love her. She don't
Same
have
as
to
Key.
say shit. She don't have to do anything. They just, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Like we have that factor, that it
Mhm.
factor, and it's really interesting how the women that are on this panel today, we all have that for
Say
us.
that.
Like everybody in here has that thing that
just
can't
in
be
you.
taught, that can't be bought, it can't be anything. But when you
Pop
have
birth and all
that, you
that.
have to handle that responsibly. People don't understand that it's a responsibility that
Mhm.
comes with that, because now I have to manage how I act
Yes.
and also how my business
Because it
does
impacts.
business.
You better
Mhm.
say that.
So like if I'm ratchet and if I want to have fun, I'm just having a day, like I just want to be ghetto. I just want to post
I
ghetto
gotta
shit on my
think
Instagram.
twice about it.
You gotta think twice about
I gotta
that.
think twice
Because
about
how is
everything.
this representing my brand? How is this
Man.
representing my business? How is this attracting clientele to me? Because at the end of the day, I want to.
That's where I'm at with
You
it.
better say that.
Where the money resides.
I can
where
post the
money
same stuff that I
resides.
post on my personal page and post it on Chic page, and I'm gonna get more sales from my personal page.
That part.
That's
Because
crazy.
people
And
wanna
I be
feel
like-
they know you.
Yeah,
I'm trying
like,
to get
bruh.
that. I'm trying to
like-
get people to go to my business page. Like, please go
Yeah.
there.
I be
Like, go there,
no,
not
they
here.
don't.
Like,
And then I'll purposely post on Chic or on Ladies Room, and then share it to my story on my personal, and they'll still like not
Your
go
personal
to
page.
the business.
but since they follow you like that, I feel like you should start directing them to do it. Like,
But
just
how?
do it.
I be like,
You can only say so much.
follow Chic. They don't. No, they like
That do be hard though. You could
Yeah.
follow Drea.
you could say how many times you want them to follow this, follow that. They really will follow your personal page. It's like, bro, I done had this page for a while. Like, why? My Facebook got 1,500. My Instagram, baby, I'm praying on it.
Great
Like, it's just-
algorithms. You can't even really rely on
But I will
Instagram.
say I love my followers. I love they very interactive.
Yeah.
They very supportive. Shout out to all of my followers.
Yes.
You know, I feel like you get out what you put out.
You do, you do,
Absolutely.
and how you
do
treat
get out what you
people.
put out. Yes, like the return of energy is so real, because I have learned, like even like I was telling to y'all earlier today in the episode, after I encountered Brittany and that friendship and other friendships that took place, you know, after I came home from college, where I left a situation where I wasn't such a good friend, and I acknowledged that and I apologized and I, you know, profusely.
Did you
to
and
this-
that person make up?
Kind of.
But it won't be the
Like,
same.
no,
type
yeah,
thing.
it'll never be the same. And I'm so not trying to make it that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sis, if you, whatever your reservations are, please have them.
Yeah.
Because I understand self-preservation. At the end of the day, I understand self-preservation. And I've already done something to make you feel like you were wrong and you can't trust me. So don't open up Pandora's box if you don't feel like you're
Yeah.
safe to do so. Don't do that.
I feel like we all had that. I got one person that I felt like I was a horrible friend to. And I never had told nobody that. And so I told my family that when we were having a girl powwow. And I told them, and I was like, that's the only time I told them that. I was like, but that stuck with you. And I felt so bad about
That shit
what I did
changes
that I
you.
never, like, no. You're above that. You know what I'm saying? Never. And from then on, I don't play about I didn't play about her. It was just a bad situation.
Yeah. Sometimes, and you know
scenario.
what? We get older, we grow, we learn, and we understand what we look for out of sisterhood. Like now, my definition of a real friend has changed, drastically than what I would have considered a real friend as at 23 or 21 or 18.
a real friend's supposed to show up to your birthdays.
Yeah, like,
28, you like, baby, you got kids. I understand. You
come.
support me.
Right,
I love
yeah.
you. Stay
I know
home.
you like, yeah,
Like,
like, bitch,
yeah,
I'm gonna
like-
need a bottle of wine one of these days.
like-
Yeah, like it has changed so drastically. So now for me, like women empowerment is the genuine
Right.
uplift.
Facts.
The
It's
genuine.
crazy because that same
Mhm.
friend I did it to in high school was like, she literally just wrote on my picture 2 days ago. She said, "This is really gorgeous. Like, do you do your own makeup?" And it was like, it felt good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
Thank you.
we closed this. You know, like, and I'm like, damn. And when I think of her, I be like,
But are
because
you
she
too?
was a-
But can you go back and be
'Cause
like,
she
you
was
know
such a
what,
good friend
sis?
to you?
I wasn't a good friend to you.
Yeah,
Can you go back and do that?
You know, she knows that. Like, we know. Like, when it happened, I was like, I do apologize. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like in the midst of it happening, I'm like, you know what, I'm wrong. You know, and I'm sorry for that. And from then on, like it was a horrible breakup. It was a horrible, and it's
Them
my
be the
friend.
worst.
And
dude.
people don't be
them
understanding
friend breakups be
breakups.
When I
the
say
worst.
our senior year we went to prom together, like, oh my god,
Aw.
like it was like, so to be where we at, it's just like we don't see each other, we don't talk every day and stuff like that. But I'm like, okay.
That's still my girl if you need me.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And that's really what I wanted.
Dude, I'm like shit. I ain't like that because I'm like,
But it ain't me.
You a little
though.
needy.
Yeah,
I'm like, here it is. We making amends, but
yeah, I'm like, it ain't
so
like
the
that
new
for me
family
either.
things
Don't
that
call
I
me,
gotta
bitch.
do.
I ain't coming.
Please
Don't call me because I ain't coming. Don't call me because I'm the friends I got now is what I got now.
I can only handle
You
that
know, the new
baggage.
ones, the new ones that I meet are the ones, but the old, please
I
don't
am
call
at
me.
capacity for baggage.
Yeah.
I can't
Please.
add anybody else's shit to my shit.
It's okay. It's okay to tell people I can't talk right now.
No, but I
Oh
have
my God.
kind of created that space in my friendship. Now I know, like when I ask my friends, like, do you have the mental or emotional capacity? Like, cause I text it. Yanae is my lifeline. Like everyone knows that. That's my best friend. I will text her in a minute, bitch. I need some help. Please help me.
She's like, what you need help with? She's so
Please.
sweet.
She's
She's so sweet.
And
she's like, what
because
you
she doesn't
need?
tell nobody no.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
make sure to ask her, sis, can you really? Because I know you got your own stuff going on. I don't want to, bombard you with my little minuscule problems.
Yeah.
Like, can I vent?
Right.
If you tell me yes, yes. And when you need to vent, I don't care what time it is. Call me. I don't
Period.
care what time it is. Please call me and please help me.
I'm definitely one of them. Please
Yeah,
call me.
please
I don't care what time it is. I'm
I'm gonna
I'm
answer.
up. Like, yes,
We
I'm
might have
up.
to call 3
Like,
times, but I will
I'm
pick
up.
up the
Yes.
phone. Like, so, and I think that needs to be normalized as far as making our friends a priority, making their mental capacity and their emotional capacity priority. Because if you have a friend that's an empath, they carrying your stuff, everybody's stuff that they done heard all week with them. And that's not fair to them
At all.
at the end of the day.
And then who do they vent to?
We have to be careful about how we handle our sisters. And I think that now, these days, especially the strong Black woman label is being weaponized. Because, you strong, you can take it.
No,
Right.
bro.
You a
I
strong
can't
Black
take
woman,
it.
you
And
a
I'm
strong
tired
Black woman, you a strong Black woman. Like, everybody can just handle it. Like, no, bitch, I can't actually.
Yeah.
I need a break.
and I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep and I want to wake up and
Okay.
forget about this shit.
All of it.
I'm
I want to
tired.
be depressed by myself.
Okay. Like, and that's what I feel like too. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that it's a lot. Our Black men go through a lot. You know what I'm saying? But when you a Black woman, it's hard being a Black woman because we automatically get that personality put on us. We automatically get that angry personality put on us. Maybe I'm just motherfucking sleepy and I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't want to smile. I'm not having a good day. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. Yes, I am tired. I don't want to talk to you. Like, and it's okay for me not to want to talk to you. I'm not an angry Black woman. I'm just literally sleepy. Like, it's
And
just,
that's it. But we're not allowed to have emotions.
yeah, and I'm sick of that too.
Don't start me.
We gotta stop telling other women that they wrong for how they feel too.
Yeah.
I hate when I see another woman mad about something and then you got the pick me who I don't know because
Girl,
if
the
it was
pick-me
me,
will
I would
always
have never.
exist.
If it was me, I would never. I don't give a fuck what you would never do because
that's what
I'm letting you know what the
always
fuck
do.
I'm gonna do, and you can take whatever you choose not to do, and I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I'm gonna run with it.
And I think
That
people need
part.
to understand that. I'm going to do what I want to do.
Yeah,
And you are too. So, like, I've never been a girl to tell my friends, like, you need to leave. Do what.
I
do what's
always
best
tell
for
my
you.
friends do what's best for. If
Do-
you in a, as
that's-
long as he's not abusing,
Because
if he's
there's
not
nothing that I'm
physically
gonna
abusing
do.
The
you,
only thing,
if he's not physically,
physically,
man, if he's not physically abusing you, it ain't got shit to do
I
with
gotta
me.
come over there.
Because if he
But
was,
other than that,
I'm gonna tell my
Figure it
friend,
out.
I don't care what that nigga did, work it
I'm only
out.
coming
Yeah.
once.
It's ain't no niggas out here for real, work it out.
Today, let's go. We can bust his windows.
Right.
Babe, tomorrow.
I'm only coming once.
What
If
up?
he
How
put-
you doing?
I'm not lying.
Because I feel like
If
some
he
people
put
really
his
don't.
hands on you, and I'm only coming once. I want y'all to know that.
I'm only
Right,
coming
yeah.
one time.
I had a
Yeah.
situation
Because
like
Because you're
that.
not putting me in
Those
situations
twice.
where
No.
you're gonna keep going back to somebody that keep putting.
Listen.
So I'm not doing that because I ain't gonna lie. I've been blessed, I guess, because I've never
I've
had
never
nobody
dealt
try to
with
put their
that.
hands
Just
on
know-
me.
I
know
never
that
dealt
no
with
woman-
that.
Because I'm like, I ain't never had nobody try to put their hands on me.
Never.
So you know, so
I had one try
I'm
to
the
test me like play
it's
fight,
me,
but I beat his
honestly,
ass.
and that's
I
the
don't play like
problem.
that.
It's
I'm the
me.
aggressor.
Yeah.
okay?
I'm
like-
more so the aggressor.
I'm
though,
the-
too.
For me, I'm
I'm
like,
too be afraid.
I
of
have
the
been in,
relationship.
I have been around friends who have, and that's cool. Like, look, come on, what we gonna do? Like, because if we don't even have to retaliate, just leave the situation because it's not healthy. But you know, I don't keep going back to him and having me keep coming over there.
Right
I'm
now,
not
I
doing
put
that.
my life at risk. He don't give a damn about you.
Because he don't
bitch. I
like
know
me.
He don't give a fuck about
He
me.
don't care about me.
Right. He don't care
And-
about my
But now he
life.
gonna have animosity to me, and you going back.
And I feel like those sometimes when you got those type of friends too, they be so blinded that they don't even care about your safety when it comes to chat. Why you calling me if you ain't got nothing? You know you ain't gonna leave this nigga. Call the police.
You know.
Don't do that. Don't waste their time.
Not even that. Don't even waste their time too. But at the same
Because you're
time,
not even
don't.
gonna press charges. on
but
them.
I'm
Can
one
we
of those
really
friends
say
where
that,
I'm a-
though? Because sometimes, like, what you don't want is your homegirl to be the one that's on the news.
I
True.
don't.
You
So
don't.
that's why I'm saying we have to be smart. Like if he will do that once, he's like
He's gonna
have
keep
to
doing
be
it.
smart, man.
He's gonna
Like
keep doing
people
it.
have temper tantrums, they have anger issues. People don't go to therapy.
That
Black
part.
people don't go to therapy. They don't handle
or
these
they lie
things.
about going.
They don't take it serious,
Girl,
and
I
we
love
have
my
to.
therapist. I wish
We
she
have to
would quit on
take
me.
that serious. Like so, no. Like I
I
don't
just
want you to
honestly-
be in a ditch somewhere. You know. So, but I need you to understand what. Like, no, it's one thing to argue and be a tool with your guy, and bicker
And
back
I'm one of
and
them
forth.
friends like
and
this.
it's
I'm gonna
one
tell you
thing
how
for
to
y'all
beat
to
his
be
ass.
fighting.
Keep the pot on the stove
No, sis,
just
I'm
in case
gonna
you gotta
talk to
slap his
poison
ass.
him.
Beat his ass, poison that.
See, I don't have to do all
I'm
this.
not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going through that because I'm the type of friend where damn he beating on. Let me call my brother because I don't like that. Like I don't like that. Like that's the thing too. I got so invested with shit like that. I had my own brothers getting involved,
Yeah.
and my brothers them was telling me like Brianna,
And it's just
if
me and my
something happen
sister.
with you, I'm
I
gonna
don't
end up
have
really
all
going to
that.
jail. Like my brothers them like I got mainly brothers, so they like if something happen with you, I'm gonna be mad because you just tried to involve
Yeah, I'ma
yourself
only
in
go
this
to
shit.
jail
So
one
I just
time.
stopped. I'm like, I can't do it. I ain't gonna even.
Yeah.
If your own people ain't gonna get involved in it, I'm not. So
But they're not involved for a reason.
I'm gonna tell you once about your worth, and if you can't find it, I'm sorry. I'm gonna pray about it. I'm gonna pray on it for you.
And that's it.
And after that, I'm sorry, we can't. I'm one of those people. I can't be your friend after a certain period. After a certain
And
amount of
understand,
time.
I'm not judging. Like I'm not.
I'm
you
never
go back,
judging.
That's what
It's
you
just
do.
my
I'm
own
never judging.
self-preservation.
Yeah,
I have
but
to take into
For my
account.
own mental capacity, I'm not gonna take on your stress.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna pray for you, and I'm gonna hope that you do best.
Right. So before we close out the episode, because we're almost at 2 hours, ladies.
Ooh,
We've been talking.
this is
Really?
good.
Yes.
That's how you know we've been talking.
That's
First of all, we was talking before the
Yeah, so
camera
we
even
technically
came
talking.
on.
Right,
so
we
we've
technically
been
got like
talking.
2.5 hours.
Right.
But that's okay. So before we close out the episode, I would like to ask you ladies, we're gonna go around the table and tell our younger selves something that we would like us to have known or wish we would have known about being a woman and uplifting women. What would you say to your 16-year-old self? JJ, go ahead and start.
Now, what would I say to my 16-year-old self?
Girl, I don't know what the hell I'm saying. So please take your time.
For me, that's what I was gonna say. To my 16-year-old self, I think about my 16-year-old self being at Mount Mary in college,
Right.
on the dorms, and I had my life planned out. To my 16-year-old self, I would say, take your time.
Yeah.
Because
That's the best
I
one.
felt like I put so many timelines together. It's good to have a timeline and have a plan. But
Yeah.
when I didn't reach the goals that I put in place, I felt disappointed. I felt like
Put too
my
much
world
pressure
was
on
in
yourself.
it. Yeah. So to my 16-year-old self, I would say, take your time. Like I was 16, I could have been done with school and done at the age of 20. And I wanted to work and I wanted to do all this stuff. And I just had all the stuff I wanted to do. And when I didn't accomplish those things at those deadlines, it was the issue. Here I am 30, said I was going to be married by 30 and I'm not there. So to my 16-year-old self, I would say, take your time.
For me, I would say to my 16-year-old self, I would say it's okay to be you. Either people gonna accept it or they not. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be you. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to take your time. It's okay to choose your path. It's okay to just take a step back and cry.
Yeah.
Shit, people gonna judge you for being emotional, but let that shit out.
Judge for everything.
And it's okay
Everything.
to just walk away. It's okay to be you. Choose your own path. Don't follow what you feel is a trend. Because I honestly, you know what I'm saying, as the younger me, I really should have had a mind of my own more than what I did.
Mhm.
But now that I'm grown with the mind that I have, it's more so like, it's okay. You're gonna learn. You're gonna know that you are important. Every decision you make is based on what you choose. You don't have to listen to nobody else. Do you? And it's okay to be you.
Thanks. JJ?
I would tell my 6-year-old self, don't be so hard on yourself. You know, like Drea mentioned before, you just kind of put so much pressure on yourself when you're so young. Like, I think everyone had their lives planned out. I had mine planned out at 12. I just knew what I wanted to do. I just knew. But you know, life, right? And I learned this. You know, life has a strange way of humbling you.
Child.
It has a
'Cause if you don't humble
strange
yourself,
way of humbling you, and you'll be like, okay, like, all right, you know, this is how it's gonna be. This isn't what you planned, but this is how it's gonna be, and it's okay. It's okay. You know, it's okay to have a couple of setbacks. It's okay.
Say that.
It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to cry. It's okay for all of that. So just
It's okay to fall.
yeah.
I think what I would tell my 16-year-old self, oh shit, what was I doing at 16?
That was college party.
A lot. Look,
Ah,
I can
that
only
was
imagine. I would tell
would
my
do shit.
16-year-old self, you are enough.
Mm-hmm.
You are enough. You are enough exactly the way you are.
Facts.
The whole world is at your feet. So you don't have to put yourself in a box.
Mhm.
And it's okay to not be okay.
Yes.
Sometimes you're just not okay.
Listen.
And you ain't gotta pretend to be okay for nobody.
Mhm.
Right.
And as you grow and as you get older, the answers will come. You will not have the answers
Stop
at
looking for
16,
'em.
18, 21, 25, 30, 35, none of that shit. As you get older, the answers will come. You will learn and you will grow and practice patience. Patience and discipline. It's probably the two biggest things that I would instill into my 16-year-old self.
Same.
Yeah.
I can agree to that.
Patience and discipline. So before we close out today, I want to thank you ladies so much.
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Thank you.
Right.
This was really great.
This
I
was
needed this.
beautiful.
I needed this.
Yes,
This
it was
good.
such a therapy session. So this is my free therapy because the girl is cheap.
Ah!
She be getting free stuff on the spot. But thank you so much for sharing your stories and your
Thank you for having
experiences and just being open to me and just having this conversation about women empowerment and what we need. You know, I really am intentional on this platform in particular about perpetuating positive platforms for Black and brown millennials, but Black and brown women in particular, because we need a space for us. You know,
We do.
So thank you so much for
Thank
contributing, everybody. Thank you. And thank you for all of our listeners and our watchers. I don't know how many people we've had on today, but I really do appreciate all of your listening ears. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Black and Balanced Podcast. If you have a suggestion for a topic, or you know, if you want to confess a story, a deep dark secret, baby, I know how to take secrets to the grave. Email me at blackandbalancednetwork@gmail.com, and we would love to have you on the show. Thank you so much. Over and out.
Yes.
I'm done.
This was such a